Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist Resurfaced. I am your DM, a revenant, the soul of a mortal who has met a cruel and undeserving fate. I have clawed my way back in the world to seek revenge against those who wronged me, but in the meantime, let's play some D&D. Victoria?
Yes, that is me, as I'm angrily sending a cancellation message to YouTube. First of all, we would like to give a thank you to our spectacular sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of awesome tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on all their awesome products, and make sure you use the coupon code PROBONUS, PROBONUS, all one word, when you head over to littledragoncorp.com and you'll get 10% off your order. Additionally, Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely little game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there. And don't forget to check out our other games. The schedule should be posted below the Twitch video feed, but we have games every day. Some days we have multiple games. We have 5th edition major published module games. We've got homebrew games. Some of our games are not even D&D, so we've got something for you. And if you have the time, we really appreciate you checking out our other content. We also have a community Discord that has public channels now, so there should be a Discord banner button on our Twitch page that will link you to it, and we're going to be doing some subscriber games, so anyone who subscribes to our Twitch can now sign up to play in monthly games run by a variety of our talented DMs. So there will be more info for that in our community Discord. And we also have new emotes that are going to be cycling out on a monthly basis, available to all our different subscription tiers. So if you're hanging out in the chat and you want to invoke characters like Cypher the Techno Cutie from Shadowrun, or everyone's favorite wild wizard Molfin, you can do that now. And we also have new Probo point rewards so that you can kind of like guide the hand of fate while you watch our games and give people inspiration or advantage, and you can give the DM inspiration. It's really cool, so you should definitely do it and contribute to our community reward as well if you are able. And additionally, thank you to Adrian von Ziegler for some of the music that we use now on Wednesdays. He's a very talented composer who has really great content usage rules, so please check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Christy, Mystic Hour!
Yeah, so no Mystic Hour tomorrow. We are doing, once again, there's a bit of a schedule change this month. We are doing 2 Star Wars weeks back-to-back, followed by 2 Mystic Hour weeks back-to-back to accommodate for American Thanksgiving. So tomorrow will be Star Wars, and then the following week, we're back again with some Dragon Age 2. Hell yeah. I think that's all.
Okay. Anything else from anybody before we get into recap?
Oh! Icewind Dale's starting soon.
Oh yeah, this Sunday!
This
Sunday is Icewind Dale.
New campaign, who dis?
Yeah, me!
Ooh.
Most of our players from Curse of Strahd are returning for an all-new horror adventure featuring art by me that I'm desperately finishing so that it's ready. And it's nice and spooky. Sarah is super duper excited. I know she's also really nervous, so any of you out there, please show up for that first episode and let her know just how excited you are for her new campaign. She's put so much work.
Oh. We lost things.
Next Sunday.
She put. Oh, okay, you're back. What?
No.
You froze. What time does it start on Sunday?
I believe we're going to be starting at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Nice.
If that is not the case, then I've been misinformed. But that's when Curse of Strahd started, and I think we're
I think that's correct. Okay, just checking.
7 p.m. Nice. Eastern this Sunday.
Nice.
Be there.
We're
starting from
B square
all over again. Oh god. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Also, thank you for reminding me that we have music, Victoria, because I was like, oh shit, that's something I forgot to set up as a producer. Hey, thank you. Announcements. Reminders.
It's a day.
It's a date. I think that's everything, Chell. We're good.
Okay. So if we want to get into a recap of our session 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Okay. Geez. The party finished up the last of their preparations before getting ready to make their trip to Baldur's Gate. Waterdeep crew is leaving Waterdeep. We made sure that everything was settled with the Three of Cups. made sure to kind of see if there were any other contacts that we needed to tap, get all of our little supplies and everything underway, as when we come back, we're going to basically have to be immediately getting ready to do the Castle Lantern birthday party. Sir was able to secure us a ship on the, I have it, because I take notes sometimes, and I reorganize my notes, the Sea Warden, by Captain, is it Zidane?
Zidane.
Captain Zidane and a wonderful crew that they are, including the very, very hunky Akote, a Leonin head gunner, who had us all being all blushy. They run a mercantile ship that basically goes up and down the coast, so we were able to catch them in Waterdeep so that they can transport us to Baldur's Gate. It's a crew that Sir was a little bit more trusting towards, so we decided to use them for our transport. And then, because we can't get a rest, during our trip, while some of us were working our way through our passage, some of us paid for our passage, the ship got caught into a cloud of ghost fog, a strange sort of magical weather condition that seemed to dredge up the corpses and ghosts of those that had been lost at sea, or at least that's what it seemed like as the ship was attacked by weird undead creatures. The Three of Cups were able to mobilize and help the crew fend off these creatures as the ship made a hasty escape out of the ghost fog. And it was pretty much at the end of that combat, where we were all going to actually get to rest, that we are picking up, I believe.
Yes. We are indeed picking up at the tail end of that combat. You guys were kind of informed about the ghost fog a little from Akatse, the Leonin. It's just kind of a phenomenon that happens sometimes out in the ocean, especially when you are sailing near where shipwrecks might have happened. The spirits become unruly is the word I'm looking for. And create a fog that when you go through it, you are at the mercy of these spirits or these undead creatures. But you have been able to navigate your way out with the very, very good skills of the sea artist that helps navigate the ship, the lizard folk that you guys interacted with.
Ainsley?
Yes, Ainsley.
Yeah.
And you are able to take the night and do what you would like.
Do we, because I know that we're not in, like, quarters, are we technically all in, like, the same area when we go to sleep?
And it's not, like they said when they took you on the ship, it's not going to be super comfy digs.
Yeah.
You're basically sleeping in a hammock.
Yeah, sleeping in the hammock. Well, Sir's just kind of... He's like, okay, we always get attacked everywhere we go. I'm taking off my armor again. I'm very deathly afraid of sinking to the bottom of the ocean. I'm very sorry.
I think that's a valid fear, honey.
He takes all that off. He's just kind of slumped in his hammock. Attacked again.
You are muted, Vic.
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, I thought you were talking.
You're both really quiet.
I'm fine.
I was waiting. I didn't know if you were done.
Oh yeah, just attacked again. Can't get a break.
We could try to sleep.
Yeah, we could. Are we still going to continue our shift sleeping that we were doing at home, or are we actually all going to try and sleep?
I'm kind of tapped. I would like some sleep. I could wake up for last watch?
Sure.
Yeah, I kind
Just
of
in
hurt
case
a little bit. Do you think there's those like creature things like there's this like scratch here? It tore into my bodysuit, and I'm afraid that it's gonna get infected. Can you get is it tetanus or like salmonella or something? I don't know. But it really hurts.
I think it's scurvy is the one that you get on a ship.
Well, from like getting bitten by a zombie. I don't know.
I don't think ghosts are contagious.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just hurts.
Oh.
I don't know,
want some
maybe if you
healing?
got bit by a zombie that doesn't
No,
eat a lot of fruit, then you get scurvy.
I'm fine. I just wanna sleep. Think.
Alright, well, why don't you two sleep, and I'll stay up just in case the crew needs me, and then I'll wake one of you up in a bit so that I can rest. Okay? Alright. So here we'll get out of the hammock and just sort of, I don't know, go find something to lean on and wait by the door in case the crew calls for him.
Okay. I have a really weird and irrational fear of getting scurvy.
Mood.
There's no reason I would. I'm just afraid of getting scurvy.
It's very, I don't think it's weird or irrational.
It's
Scurvy's
scary
messed
shit.
up, dude.
It's scary
Yeah.
shit.
There's nothing irrational about that.
Don't fuck
like,
around.
I'm pretty sure there are cases of like college kids who get it because they only eat ramen
Yeah.
and they just do
Eat
not
fruit.
consume any fruit.
Eat fruit.
Like, when you get scurvy, it, like, messes up your scar tissue, so if you have scars, they, like, reopen up. It's really, it's messed up, dude. It's messed up, dude.
Eat fruit! Sir goes and finds an apple in a barrel and chomps down on it.
I did say there was a bowl of fruit that was
Oh, that's
available at all times. It wasn't grapefruit, and some of it was a little, like, mushy or mealy, but it was fruit all the same that was available for the crew to eat at any moment. Because scurvy is an issue.
I will eat some fruit and I will do, I don't know, I guess it's a watch. I'm not going to leave this room, but
Okay.
I'll stay up for a bit and take like just
What
like a
time
short
of
rest.
day did all of this like occur around? Like, is it like evening?
It was early evening when the ghost fog happened.
Okay, cool. I think I shall.
You can actually wake up early instead of at like noon.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can go ahead and roll perception checks if you're taking watches.
Okay. 5.
11. Boat.
Give me a second. I'm fixing the overlay.
Step into Baldur's Gate.
I made us on a ship at night instead of during the day. I got 18 plus.
Oh, that's right. I made those.
You did! All these lovely
I
new
made
ship overlays.
little-
Thank you. I
Little
gotta use
ship
them.
overlays. I totally forgot.
18 plus 7, 25.
Okay. The watches go relatively uneventfully. The ship is not as bustling as it is during the day, but there are still people who take shifts at night to do things rather than sleeping because the ship still needs to be maintained as it's moving, and you guys don't stop or throw the anchor down just to sleep at night. So there are still some people that are up and working, so you hear the occasional shout as they are talking to each other, or just the sound of wood creaking or moving as the ship moves through the water. There's kind of the gentle sound of the waves lapping against the side of the boat. But as far as anything that might potentially cause you guys danger, there is nothing that occurs. If there is anything that either of you would like to do during your respective watches, you can go ahead and let me know.
I will just simply summon Hickory.
Okay.
And I will take the one piece of driftwood that I still stowed away in my pack before Nova could go through it, and I will work on a hickory wood sculpture made out of hickory.
Made out of hickory?
Yes.
Aw.
A hickory of hickory.
Can I just check in with Bramble since we've been on the ship for I think this all happened on the 4th day, and just see, because the last thing that I heard from the last thing that he was gonna do was he was following the kids around and he was gonna figure out what animal or thing was eating the little fairy snacks that they were putting out.
So you check in with him. Do you just go into his senses, or do you speak to him?
I will speak to him first and just be like, so how's it going? How's everything with the kids? Are you having fun without me?
He kind of starts. He's like, oh, you scared me.
Sorry.
It's okay, I was just asleep.
Sorry, Bramble. Are you?
No. Yes, I'm okay.
How, have you, figured anything out with the snacks?
I had the kids put more snacks in the tree, and then I sat in the tree and I waited.
Was it an animal?
No.
What?
No.
What?
It was another thing. It was just like me.
Like a fairy?
Mm-hmm.
Like a sprite?
Mm-hmm.
Did they look nice?
I hid because you know how we get sometimes when we're doing someone's. It's this whole thing. If somebody's leaving you treats in a tree and someone else comes and tries to take the treats in the tree, it's a territory thing. So I kind of stayed behind some of the branches and the leaves. I think they look nice. I didn't want to talk to him though. I didn't want to make him mad.
Oh gosh.
Should I talk to him next time?
I mean, only if you want to. I'm not gonna get into your sprite business, or your sprite politics. But if you want to talk to him, that'd be really cool. Maybe he knows stuff about the goings on in this house. I don't know. Just what were we doing? We were trying to keep an eye on the kids for a specific reason, and I can't remember what it is. It was to try to get close to them to see if they knew anything. Okay. Yeah, so just keep hanging out with the kids and try to see if they mention anything about their parents being oh, mom hangs out in the closet a lot because the closet's actually a secret murder basement or something. I don't know.
I can try and ask leading questions too.
Yeah, but take your time with that. They have to trust you first.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
And then that's it. And then I just do the rest of my watch. That's probably why I rolled a 4, because I was busy talking to Bramble.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they would like to do on their watch?
I just pulled a card.
Okay.
I pulled the sun reversed.
Ooh.
It's not a bad card. It's okay.
Okay.
So the sun reversed can represent inner child feeling down, or on the opposite, overly optimistic, which I don't think is where Nova's at. I think the first two kind of feel where it is. The reverse sun is calling to your inner child to come out and play. As adults, we get lost in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that we forget to have fun, and just spend a few minutes watching a kid play, and you can realize how wonderful and carefree life can be when you learn to let go of your worries and concerns. When you see the sun reversed in your tarot reading, see it as your permission to slip away and leave your work behind and responsibilities. even just for a moment. Let's play, dance like no one is watching, sing like no one is listening, and let your heart and soul fly free. The reverse card can also mean that you're struggling to see the bright side of things in life. You may experience setbacks that have damaged your enthusiasm and optimism and perhaps led you to question whether you can achieve what you set out to do. You may feel depressed or left out and are no longer enjoying what you're doing. Your direction and path ahead may appear clouded or distorted. But nonetheless, the sun is never a negative card, so this is only temporary. Obstacles you see can easily be removed if you put your mind to it. Just be a little bit more effort than usual. Get clocked, Nova.
Okay. If that is all from everyone, we can move on to the next day. This is your last day, I believe, on the ship.
Then this is the 19th of Marpenoth? Because we left on the 14th?
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is the 19th.
That was a very good card.
I am going to be setting up a calendar that you guys can access online to make keeping track of days a bit easier, but I'll do that tonight. But yes, I believe it is the 19th.
Okie dokie.
Is this our last day on the ship? Or is it just the net?
Wasn't it only, it was a 5-day trip, wasn't it?
It was a 5-day trip, yeah.
It was 5 to 8. Sorry, I'm like super out of it today.
No, it's okay. You're good.
Oh my god.
The hope is that this is the last day.
Yeah, I don't know if the ghost fog like slowed down or but yeah, I mean Sir just goes back to doing any manual labor things that they ask him to do on the ship.
Oh, okay.
I want to go talk to the Leonin guy.
There we go, honey.
There it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more time.
You can probably... He's one of the ship's officers, so even though his main task is to be the master gunner if that ever becomes an issue, or if he's needed in that regard, but being an officer on the ship, he is also somebody who delegates, is what I'm looking for, tasks. So you can probably find him on the deck.
I will, like, go up behind him and I poke him, like, on the right shoulder, but then I sidestep over to the left to see if he falls for it.
So he looks to the right shoulder. And then he looks to the left, and he laughs. Oh, that is funny. You made me fall for that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sneaky. But I also just
indeed.
wanted to say thank you for coming to my defense and Nova's defense in that, like, crazy ghost fog yesterday. That was pretty scary, but you're a very good fighter, and I appreciate that you jumped into the fray for us. So thank you.
I did what any noble person would do when there's somebody in trouble.
Well, if you're ever in Waterdeep and you're like, oh my god, I'm really bored and I don't know what to do, you should come by the Three of Cups. It's in the North Ward, and we will make you brunch, because I know you can't really make brunch on the ship because there's not a lot of ingredients. And that chocolate rose tea at that one place that I told you about, I'll get you a cup of that. So you should come and hang out with us, because you're, like, pretty cool, and we like making new friends, and we love brunch, and we want to share that with everybody.
I make it to Waterdeep quite frequently, given the jobs that we do, but I do not very frequently make it into the North Ward. Sailors like myself are generally not... We tend to stick out a bit, and the nobles do not tend to like it, but if it is coming to a place where you all are, I think that I can manage that.
Yeah, you fit in just fine at the Three of Cups. We're all weirdos. We just like to have fun.
Oh, that is my favorite kind of place to be.
Yeah, the nobles in the area don't really like us very much because we're just like, hey, everybody come.
Cool. Right, well, I'm gonna get back to tying knots. Thanks. Bye. And then I shall skip away.
Goodbye.
Skip away.
He smiles.
I'm just working.
Okay.
Oh, poor guy.
While working, I may ask if any of the members of the crew know when we go into dock, because Sir's never been to Baldur's Gate, so he doesn't know the layout of the city.
Mm-hmm.
How he would find Little Calimshan from the docks, because I believe that's where we can find this contact Rilsa.
Little Calimshan is very easy to find. It's going to be the easternmost part of the city, the Basilisk Gate. Easy to find because it is covered in little carvings and statues of basilisks, as it is named after. Little Calimshan is going to be just outside in the lower city. It is its own little compound surrounded by walls.
Okay, that sounds like easy enough instructions to follow.
You said you're looking for Rilsa. Did you? Did you?
I think it was just where
Or
can
was
I
that
find
you-
Little Calimshan,
Okay,
but the
okay.
Rilsa part was for clarification.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, that sounds
What brings
like
you
it's-
to Little Calimshan?
Well, I believe that we have to. I think we're meeting someone there. I don't handle most of the logistics of what the party does. I mean, would Little Calimshan have like a good inn to stay in? We're gonna be in Baldur's Gate for a while.
I do not know about an inn in Little Calimshan. I have not stayed there exactly. Whenever I stay in Baldur's Gate, I tend to stay at the Three Old Kegs.
Three odd kegs?
Yes, 3 old. Like I am
Old.
not. I am old.
Oh, no, you don't look old at all.
The 3 old kegs, you can find it in the upper city, towards the northernmost gate. One of my favorite inns to stay at. I don't like to stay at the inns in the dock ward. They tend to be very grimy. The 3 old kegs has things like laundering services. They have weapon sharpening services. Something that I particularly enjoy. So that is where I stay. But I have been to Little Calimshan before. They have a wonderful tea shop there.
All right, that might be something that maybe I could take note. I was gonna say that, but that's really good. I'll definitely be taking a look at the 3 old kegs then.
Good food too.
It sounds perfect. New city. I've never been to Baldur's Gate before, so
Oh, it's a shithole.
oh,
But I love it.
a lovable shithole.
A lovable shithole.
All right, I'll keep that in mind and not go into it with any rose-tinted glasses then. All right, well, thank you. That's probably going to save me quite a bit of wandering or having to randomly ask questions to gods, which honestly I really hate to do whenever I go into a city.
And the guard situation in Baldur's Gate is very strange anyway, so...
Strange how so.
Well, there is a guard of the city that the city employs, but there is also a mercenary army that is contracted. That is also acts as a guard in the city.
Mercenaries with all of the power of a regular town guard.
Yes.
Lovable shit. Oh.
You can imagine how that might turn out in some...
Well, because you did not say mercenary company, you said mercenary army.
Oh, very large. The Baldur's Gate is not the only place that they have holdings. They also have some holdings in Chult. So yes, they...
Alright. Well, I think that was all very, very useful information. Thank you.
I've been to Baldur's Gate quite a bit with how much we travel, so if you have any other questions.
I mean, do you like it? Do you like it more than Waterdeep? What is your favorite city along the Sword Coast?
Favorite city along the Sword Coast would probably have to be Waterdeep, just because it is very large, has quite a bit of things. But depends on what you are looking for in a city. If you are looking for a place to call home, Waterdeep is best city. If you are looking for a place with lots of things to do, interesting, Baldur's Gate, definitely.
Okay.
I say lots of things to do because I deal with more unscrupulous folk.
I
So
understand.
it's more fun in that regard.
I understand. Alright. Well, I probably got something heavy or something that I need to go move. So, thank you for the advice. Thank you for the information.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to be docking? Soon?
I believe we're going to be docking tomorrow very early in the morning.
Alright. I'll let the others know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you, Sarah, for the bardic inspiration.
Sarah, I love you! Sarah, I'm so excited for Sunday!
Okay. Anything else? All right. The weather is fair as you guys are kind of traveling through. You're getting to a point with travel on the ocean right now where you're not quite out on the open sea. And you're able to kind of see the cliff sides off in the distance. But the cliff sides all the same of the Sword Coast as you guys are continuing and traveling on. Eventually, night falls. Activity on the ship kind of goes down to a minimum. People eat. You've got your dinner, which isn't fabulous, but it's food. And eventually, you guys can settle down, get into your hammocks for a good night's rest. This is your final call for anything you'd like to do today. Okay. So moving on to very, very early morning. Very early morning of the 20th. We're talking like 3 or 4 a.m. When there are shouts that are beginning to be heard from above deck. As they are preparing to get ready to dock. It looks like there is some time that is needing to be waited for a space. So you're kind of off in the harbor a bit with the anchor down, just sort of waiting for there to be a space for the ship to dock. So if you guys still do have some time to get your long rest as that continues to happen. Baldur's Gate. Welcome. As you guys wake up in the morning, welcome to a veritable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the rocky slopes overlooking the Kayantha River. Baldur's Gate is a city that kind of slopes down. There's like some cliffs, and it slopes down into the lower city. The upper city, for the high purchase from which the nobles, known as patriarchs, gaze down with vile contempt on the common rabble in the grimy lower city which hugs the foggy harbor. The whole of Baldur's Gate reeks of crime and opportunity. One can easily fathom why pirates, traders are drawn to a place like this. The city is very crowded and one of the most influential merchant cities in the western coast of Faerun, located south of Waterdeep and north of the realm of Am. The crescent-shaped docks are just as bustling as the ones that you've come to know in Waterdeep. You can see cranes that are filling the harbor far more than you've ever seen in the City of Splendors. You watch as you guys come up from the lower decks as the crew of the Sea Warden is getting ready, finally getting a spot in the docks, looking at about 8 or 9 a.m., to immediately prepare to dock. There are dinghies that are dropped from the side of the ship into the water record time. People are rowing and hauling heaving lines to the dock while the sea artist Ainsley gets to work immediately using the sails to help those that are hauling those heaving lines to maneuver the ship into place. One of the crew has already stepped out of the dinghy as they got to the dock and is paying a man with a clipboard for some dock space. Nova, your family lives in the crescent-shaped lower city of slopes that are descending into the docks where you currently find yourselves, interrupted by your taking in the city is interrupted as the ship kind of bumps into the wooden dock. In the docks, as you guys are kind of taking in the scene, most of the buildings are mismatched. There's not much uniformity inside in construction. Stone buildings are tightly packed and conjoined with other structures made of wood that are perpetually damp from the mist that settles in and comes in from the harbor. Looking out more into the lower city proper, not just the docks and the buildings close to it, most of the buildings feature window boxes with herbs or flowers, vibrantly painted shutters, stone buttresses span across the walkways in an attempt to emulate the architecture of the much more wealthy upper city. In the docks and the lower city, trade is king. Baldur's Gate is a merchant city. Commerce in the shops begins around sunrise and continues well after dark, making the city a very bustling place that you can hear even as the ship is kind of being drawn into place. It's a rather noisy and cramped existence for those who live here. Nova, for you, it's comfortable and familiar. It is a cool autumn day, early in the morning, and with how close the lower city is to the docks, there is a heavy dampness that is always in the air, slicking up the cobblestone streets. You guys can kind of see city workers already this morning spreading hay and gravel over the streets and sidewalks to make it less slick for the citizens of Baldur's Gate to walk. You're standing on the deck of the ship. The gangplank is being thrown down onto the docks. Welcome to Baldur's Gate.
What is Nova like looking like? Like what do I perceive from Nova, or I don't like
It's
her
strange.
facial expression and her energy?
It's strange because her energy on the ship for the entire voyage has been like bottled anxiety, almost like a vibration of like just nerves and uncertainty and very restless, so she would be walking around a lot, shuffling her cards, not even drawing them, just like shuffling them excessively. But the moment she sees, like, the dockscape, she, like, settles. And she's kind of just in the moment.
Sir's kind of leaning out over the edge of the ship and kind of getting a scan of the city as the ship comes in to take dock. Looks over at you two. All right. Are you two ready to go?
I want to meet Moongi. Who is he?
We've got a pretty full itinerary, but Nova, if you want to show us around the city, I would love to see you.
Love to.
Let's go.
Introduce us to Moongi.
In time, Talus. Lead the way.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to remember ages here. How long has it been since I've been here? It's been over a decade, hasn't it?
It's been a while. Let me look at my notes here for...
No, my favorite
Novus.
bakery went out of business.
So, you left when you were 16.
Okay, so it hasn't been that long. It has almost... So it's been 8 years.
Almost a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 years. 8 is
Are
a
there,
very
like-
common number for her.
Nova, are there any like really cool trees, like parks in Baldur's Gate? Wait, Sir's right. We have a job to do. We have a block of metal to get.
Yeah, why don't we start there? See if we can at least track down for a
Oh,
meeting.
Fud Duddy. Yeah, right.
Fun Duddy!
I already know who Fun Duddy's gonna be.
Oh
Fun
no.
Duddy!
There's a
Okay.
Fun Duddy in here.
Well, I got a really nice inn recommendation.
Which
that
one?
we might. The Three Old Kegs.
I'm assuming I've heard of it.
Yes. It is a very popular inn for adventurers because of all the amenities that are offered. It is in the upper city. You also remember, Nova, that in order to get through the upper city...
I'm well aware of what it's like to get to the upper city. But
Yes.
normally, it would be no problem for me, because I'm usually by myself, and it's fine. But now I have 2 people, and we probably have to do this the legit way. So this might be my first time actually paying for it.
Yeah, and Nova, you can explain this to them if you want, but there are many gates in Baldur's Gate. There's the gate into the city from multiple sides. There's also a wall that stretches separating the lower city from the upper city. And that's kind of as far as history goes, that's where the wall is where the city originally stopped. Mm-hmm. But then the city was built on, so more wall was created, separating the upper city from the lower city. It's turned into a status symbol to live in the upper city. There are people in the lower city who attempt to look like they have some wealth. That's why there's a lot of the buildings that have like the really pretty shutters and like flowers and window boxes. But there is a very clear like line between the upper city and the lower city, and in order to get through from the lower city to the upper city, you have to go through the gate, and at the gate there are guards who take tolls. You have to take a toll every gate in Baldur's Gate that you go to.
Long past paid for it, but they still toll people.
Yes. There is the opportunity to get a writ for 1 gold. It's basically a pass. You pay a gold per month, and you can use that pass to basically go through each of the gates in Baldur's Gate unlimited without having to pay the tax at that moment. Or you can pay the 2 copper every time you go through.
Guess we should probably just...
Yeah, we should just get the... You know what? We should look into getting a writ for the Dre. We should talk to Silas, our favorite... Silas and the Talking Horse about that, because we take a lot of Dre's too.
We probably should just see if we could hire like a private Dre or a private...
Yeah, that's probably the way to
carriage.
do it. Yeah, am I getting a writ?
Well, we probably could.
We probably should.
Here's my question, though, Nova. Did you have to pay 2 copper every time that you would just go different places? Or did you just stay in one area?
I mean, sometimes I just snuck over the wall. Back then they weren't as, strict. And they weren't watching at certain... I also was well aware of patrol times because, the captain was kind of my friend. And sometimes he just let me go through and just kind of, made everybody look away, and then I just snuck in.
How many captains are you friends with across all these cities?
Do you just, collect...
You don't have to actually answer that.
Just 2.
You don't
Well, actually, no, there's one... Oh, maybe there's, a handful. Now that I think about it, that might be a habit of mine.
Nova, you're just a slippery little...
Hey, if I don't have... I was a kid. I didn't have 2 copper. My allowance wasn't that much. And Nathaniel was... No, Captain Nathaniel understood why I was going in and out.
On a first-name basis. Wow, Captain Nathaniel.
Sometimes Nathaniel gets a...
Why don't you, tell us what his favorite color is, his astrological sign, and, his favorite flavor of soup?
Oh my god.
Do we want...
He was like a father figure, because mine wasn't really around. I mean, I love my dad, but he was always out.
Well, look, we do have some time in the city. We don't have to immediately go check into an inn. Nova, if you would like us to show some of your favorite... If you would like to get reacquainted with
I want to see if anything's changed. It's been almost 10 years since I've been here, so...
Yeah, so we have time.
Yeah.
We have time.
Okay.
I probably have to unload the ship just a little bit.
I'll help.
But then we can go.
Yeah. Did you see all those knots that I was tying on those, laying pins, and how perfectly, wrapped all the rope was? Speaking of, we need to talk about whether or not we are allowed to pay with work, or we have to pay the, it was, gold to take the ship. Because they were sir can work, but these 2, we don't know.
You did do some work. I don't know if it paid all of it.
Attempted to work.
think
But
it was
We
25.
attempted. We gave a good solid attempt.
It was 25 gold
Which I paid.
worth for your passage, and I worked the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we were probably working too, but like whether or not they were happy with our work, we will ask and give them whatever.
Did also help fight
Extra-
off the ghost fog. Maybe that
Excellent.
helps. I don't know.
Akate is out on the dock talking to the crane operator, getting ready to start getting things unloaded.
Come on, Nova, let's go say goodbye.
Okay.
Jay,
Oh.
Sir, just
sorry, you
watches
can come
them.
too. Come too if you want. Just don't interfere.
We have to let him know he's appreciated.
I'll walk up with you then.
I just want you to know that this is long game. All right, we're laying the foundation for something here. Remember that in 6 months.
What are you going to do if this man is actually more... What are you going to do?
I don't think about what I'm gonna do in 5 minutes, let alone in 6 months. I just know
How
what
are you
to do
going to play? How are
Exactly.
you going to play any sort of long game? Just
by
go.
being me.
I whip my arm around Tallis and just drag her. Come on,
Let me
let's go.
go over to.
Okay.
Go pick up a crate.
Crates are being brought from below deck to the top of the deck. A crane is going to pull them off the ship. So that's...
I will go below deck to help load them up on top of the deck. You go play with your lion man.
So while Sir is working,
Priorities.
you guys can walk up to Akate, who finishes his conversation with the crane operator. They looked like they were just kind of talking about logistics, like, hey, we're going to be moving stuff from below deck to the upper deck. Well, where do you want us to make sure it is so that we can get it lined up perfectly so that you can pull it off, blah, blah, blah. Eventually turns, as you guys are walking up, walk back up to the ship. Smiles.
Hi, Mr. Akate.
Hello.
We wanted to talk to you about settling our bill to cover our passage and how much we owed based off of the work that we did and helping fight the ghosts. We didn't know if we still had to pay 25 gold or
No.
what the deal was.
No, you more than worked off your share of your passage.
Oh.
So we don't
I
know
kind of like
anything?
look at Nova.
You do not owe anything.
Cool.
Other than our lives,
Yeah.
to you.
To you.
I think you could have managed it ourselves just fine, even if I wasn't there.
I don't know. I've been going down a lot lately. I was really glad you were there.
I would never let that happen.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna give him a hug.
Here, we'll hug you.
Remember what I said. 3 cups, Northward. We'll see you there.
Steps northward.
Yeah. For brunch. in the
It will
future.
probably be a few months before I am back in Waterdeep, but I will see if I can.
The dog just like...
Hello?
That wasn't a dog.
Oh!
They saw you.
Oh!
Eli! I thought that was
We just saw movement.
an animal!
He like bent over. Like,
That's why, because I'm like, it was like hunched over.
Eli, stop running around like a little cricket.
Sorry, I didn't hear him. I just saw him. So I was like,
Amazing.
oh my
He's gonna
god.
just lean in from the darkness and be like,
Thanks for the 5 gold, Sarah. I love you.
Thanks,
It's totally fine if I understand that you have to work. It'll absolutely be worth the wait, and that'll make spending time together with you, like, so much better. It'll be worth it.
Oh, you're going to forget about me by the time it comes down for me to arrive in Baldur's Gate or in Waterdeep, and then I'm going to show up, and it will be a nice surprise.
Akate, bold of you to assume that I would ever forget someone as stately as you.
You are too kind to me.
I'm honest. I never lie. You can ask Nova.
oh shit, there's 5 gold on this crate down here.
Here we are.
Adds that to my inventory.
Wait, no, that was Kristen's gold. I'm gonna send you a gold now. Here.
Oh
Get-
shit. There's 5 gold on this crate. It disappeared.
There's 10 gold on that crate for you.
There's 10 gold. Oh, wow. There's a whole platinum on this crate.
Oh, no.
I love it.
Love it.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Excellent.
Sorry, the dog human cryptid thing.
Cryptid. It's just...
It totally threw me off.
I load up what crates they want me to load up onto the deck until they say that I've paid my way or done enough work and that I'm free to go.
The normal crew doesn't send you off. They just kind of let you keep working. Ekate finishes talking to the girls. He'll come up on the deck and, so what are you still doing here?
I was loading the rest of the crates.
Why?
Why?
That was my... I look like back down the stairs at like some of the regular crew that haven't been loading crates.
You see Talus and Nova sitting on the dock just swinging their legs, like waiting for you.
I may or may not have been slightly manipulated by the rest of your crew.
He looks at the crew that's just sitting there. What the hell are you doing? Get back to work now. And they're like, they stand up, they jump off the crate that they were sitting on, they move back. This was not your responsibility. You have more than paid your way.
Understood. Well, then, if we don't see you before you leave, probably won't. I think we're going to be here for a while.
I believe we are
safe.
leaving in 2 days, so.
Yeah, we're going to be here for a little bit. So have a safe voyage when you leave, and thank you. And I think my girls are going to miss you a bit.
They were delightful.
All 3 of us are quite delightful, but they're pretty good.
That is not something I will disagree with.
Pat. We're gonna be off. Alright, you two, do you have your bags?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have our bags. Do you have your bags?
No,
I just point to the bag of holding.
I don't have my bag,
No,
so I go back to the room and I get my bag.
We put your bag in the...
Where's my bag? Someone took my bag. Someone has stolen my things.
We put your bag in the bag of holding because you're the most neurotic traveler we have ever encountered.
Yeah, that was a good call, Talus. It was her idea, so yeah, good call.
Well, you're not going to tell me.
I thought
I'm neurotic because of you.
Run, Talus!
I'm neurotic because of you.
I reach in and I think Sir's bag in the bag of holding, and I take out his bag and also
His,
the bag of
duffel
holding.
bag.
I just start screeching and I run. And
Chasing you down the gangplank into the city.
And I'm just in my other hand, I just have a bunch of glitter that I'm just freaking throwing everywhere.
It's getting all over your back.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate.
You're gonna kill so many fish.
It's made out of algae. It's biodegradable. I got it from a store called Ye Olde Lush.
I wonder if they have a store here too.
I probably do. Sorry, choice.
Oh.
We're on the sillies today.
Wow, that hurt. That made my stomach hurt. I laughed too hard. Ooh, that caught me off guard, Victoria. Well done.
I throw his bag back to him, and then I fall into line-ish behind Nova.
Put that on my shoulder. Okay, Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Add some unity to this trip, please.
Okay, let's go. I lead them into the city.
What would you like to do?
Yeah, right there. Do we have a Baldur's Gate map? Can I look one up?
I have one.
I have one I
Hang
can
on.
send you.
Where's my map?
We don't have the cool interactive map that we have for Waterdeep.
Unfortunately not, but I do have a Baldur's Gate map I can send you guys.
It's like C. Isn't it C-shaped? Because
Yeah.
of, like, it meets at like the
Yeah,
cliffs.
it's like a crescent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, Nova.
All right. So where in the massive amount of docks have we found ourselves?
You guys are to the western side of the docks, closer to number 52. Or eastern, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Eastern side of the
okay.
docks.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
All right.
Where's my house in relation? Am I west?
You are in the lower city, but you are more central, closer to number 17.
Yeah. Okay, that would make sense.
All right. And then. Okay.
18 is the Basilisk Gate that was being talked about by Ikate.
Right, and that's where it leads us towards
Little Kalimshan.
Little Kalimshan. Okay, so we're actually pretty close to that.
Is that where you want to go?
I want you to show me your home.
Oh.
There's time to go to Little Kalimshan. And by home, I don't mean necessarily your house. I mean your city.
Yeah, like, all of this is kind of new to us, so, like, no matter where we go, it's gonna be new, but it's like coming back for you, so you take us where you feel like you most want to go.
Yeah, it's probably changed a bit since you've gone, so.
I want to start heading towards the tattoo parlor.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, I do need to update my tattoos, but we're saving all of our money for this bar.
Well, just keep it in mind for,
Okay, so the tattoo parlor that you have been going to frequently is called Inclined.
Like inclined,
Like England.
Yeah.
It is in the lower city, a little bit further east. I'd say if you're looking at that map that I sent you, it's closer to around to like number 9. So you can head that way. You have to kind of walk around the crescent because Baldur's Gate is shaped like a crescent, upside down moon, basically. And then there's the harbor, and that is on the river Kyanthar. So you kind of have to, you get off in the docks and you move into the lower city. Like, there's a lot of bleed through from like the immediate buildings that are on the dock, which tend to be a little bit more ramshackle, not necessarily completely disheveled and despondent, but a little bit more ramshackle in their construction. There's a lot of bleeding of those types of structures into the lower city. The lower city itself is very eclectic as far as architecture is concerned. The way that the docks themselves work, there's a road next to the docks and then stairs that lead down to the docks themselves. So you can move from the wooden docks that have been and like the pier, like boardwalk sort of situation that is constructed around Baldur's Gate, up those stairs onto the main road. You can take that main road, just that's immediately on the edge of the docks, all the way around if you'd like, or you can kind of meander through the city a bit. The person that you got your tattoos from, her name is Giselle. She is a very tall, very muscular half-orc. She has grayish skin, dark hair that she's got shaved all around. It's basically a mohawk, but she doesn't put it up, and it's long and braided down her back. She's an extremely talented tattoo artist that is very sought after as far as her work. Is there anything you'd like to do as you are strolling that way?
Oh yeah, I'd tell them about her.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been going.
Yeah,
I was going to her for a couple of years before I left the city.
But didn't you say that's like... Oh. Didn't you say that, like, some stuff kind of, like, appeared? You said you looked different the last time you left, and it...
Yeah, like, this is a tattoo, this is a tattoo, these purple weird things, not mine.
Okay.
But because I was getting those feelings, it kind of warned me that something was going to change, and I just had the urge to start getting tattoos to kind of, like, prepare myself for it. And, like, the first gut instinct was to put a tattoo somewhere where I can't hide it, because that was the feeling, is I'm not going to be able to hide whatever's coming. So, I did that.
Oh, are you thinking about maybe getting, like, a touch-up or getting something new? Or do you just want to start? Are we stopping in to say hello?
Well, if we have time, I would like to get a 3 of Cups tattoo.
Yeah. We have time. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be
time.
today. I don't know what her schedule's like.
Okay, yeah, you could probably go in and see if there's an opening. Yeah. And you can catch up.
Yeah.
Alright. And if I end up having any gold by the end of this, maybe I will get a 3 of Cups tattoo as well.
That'd be cool.
Looks at Talus.
Ooh, that'd be so cool if we all have matching tattoos.
I've already, don't look at me. I've told you. My body's a temple, and I'm the only one who will desecrate it.
You can definitely desecrate it with the 3 of Cups tattoo.
No, I'm not gonna let someone do graffiti on it. They can only, like, commit, like, profane hedonistic acts in it, but not.
What if you did it to yourself? Hmm?
I'm not gonna tattoo myself.
Why
That would
not?
hurt.
Alright, so I guess 2 out of the 3 will have a 3 of Cups tattoo. It really rings a bell.
I mean, you don't have to get it this.
You don't actually have to.
Yeah, this is just something I have a collection, so.
Like, you can't improve upon perfection. That's my point. Like, it's just, there's nothing to make better. It literally cannot be improved anymore.
That's valid.
I do like a little pirouette as we're walking. But I'll follow you and I will watch it happen from a distance.
Okay. Maybe you can go befriend some Baldur's Gate fairies.
Do you think... Nova, what do you think the fairies here would be like?
I don't know.
From what I've heard, they would be a little bit more rambunctious than usual.
They'd probably be
But
more on
maybe-
the outskirts of the city. I doubt they'd be in the upper city. Well, they might.
We'll have to find out.
Actually, they might be in the upper city more.
Yeah, there's like green space.
Yeah.
Although I have to wonder. I don't even know if all fairies actually like nature. Some of them might not, and I don't even know.
Are there city fairies?
There could be, Nova. I don't know.
Sewer fairies. I'm not going into the sewers of another city. I'm going to restrain myself.
If anything, where are the sewer fairies? Considering how much time we've spent in them.
Probably. I'm trying to hold on to my coin purse, but I do want to see if maybe they have any kind of different sorts of weaponry here, or...
Sure.
I can hold your coin purse for you.
No, I think that my coin purse is going to be perfectly fine where I keep it on my person.
I have the most money of anyone in this group right now, but fine.
That doesn't mean that you...
saves.
Because you could probably spend other people's gold first.
No, I would never.
I would like to see the tattoo. I want you to get to catch up with your friend.
Okay. As you guys move and walk through the lower city dock area, you eventually find yourselves at Noba's behest, standing outside of a pretty simple wood building that has a sign over the door that just has an eye, and then below the eye there is like a ink drop, just like a tear-shaped drop.
Is it even open
Here you
right
are.
now?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll go in.
So you walk in and you guys hear a bell ding, as you do. You don't immediately see anybody. There's kind of a counter at front. There are multiple chairs between which there are partitions. And then there's kind of a door towards the back. You hear a voice call out, "I'll be with you in a second."
Is that her?
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
You hear a door open. And then that door towards the back opens, and there's this half-orc woman standing there. It is you. What the fuck have you been?
I go over and give her a hug.
She will hug you.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been fine. What have you been doing?
Traveling?
She pulls away from the hug and like puts her hands on either side of your face, and she's like moving you around to like look at you. Have you been getting tattooed without me?
No, it's complicated, but they're not. The only ink on my body is yours.
Good.
Promise.
She lets go of your face. And who are these?
These are my friends and business partners. This is Talus and
Business partners.
Ace, or Sir.
Nice to meet you both. Business partners? You were just a kid the last time I saw you, darling.
I know. I'm growing up. Ooh, it's weird. We own like a multi-purpose tavern, bar, tarot reading, hookah bar. It's
taking a few steps up in the world.
Yeah.
You're making me feel old is what you're doing.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel old too. It's
She's
weird.
Smiling though. So what are we here for? You're not in Baldur's Gate anymore, yes? Where's your
we're in Waterdeep actually.
Waterdeep. So what are we in Baldur's Gate for?
Business. For mercenary reasons. We also do mercenary work. It's we do a lot.
Interesting business model.
Yeah, we don't really have a business model. We kind of
It's horizontal integration. Over time, we will slowly dominate every business that there is. I'm Talus, by the way.
Hello.
Hi.
Am I tattooing anybody today?
Maybe not today, but I was thinking before we leave the city, I would like to get a small little tattoo on my wrist, if you have time.
I do have time. Generally in the mornings I have better time because nobody in Baldur's Gate likes to get up earlier than 11 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. I'm going to like kind of just quickly sketch our logo and kind of show hand it over to her.
Okay.
Maybe like
that's easy enough.
About that
I can do that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even charge you too much. 1 or 2 gold. It's very small.
Awesome. And Ace might want something.
Yeah, so I'll probably be getting that as well. And I've got some stuff started on my back that I might want to kind of expand on. I've heard that you are very, very good. So I would love for you to take a look at it and maybe talk a bit. So, but just probably not today, yes. Soon, hopefully, before we
How long are you going to be in the city?
I think we gave ourselves no longer than a 10-day to be here.
Yeah, no longer than a 10-day.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can make time for both of you. What about you? Looks to Talus.
Oh, I'm already perfect.
Oh, you know. Wouldn't want to soil it, would we?
No, not at all.
your little ripped up suit.
I'm like sweating.
So
you know what? I'll consider it.
Oh,
I'd be happy to tattoo you.
I'll consider it.
Okay.
That's really big
Talus,
for her.
if you like, later I can show you some of her best work that I haven't shown you yet.
Well, is there like tattoo ink that's like sparkly? Because I'm already very purple, and like, you know, if the ink is like black, then it's really not going to show up very well. If there's like a silvery kind, I think that would be very fun. I would get it if it were like shiny.
I have
Like-
some metallic inks.
I am considering it.
They're a bit more expensive than the normal ink I use, but I have metallic ink I could use.
That's pretty
I
cool.
will. That is a point for in the pro consideration pool.
That's impressive. I didn't think you would even consider it.
You're lucky I like you.
I love you too.
It was nice to meet you.
Mm.
I love your shop.
If you're only going to be here for a 10-day, make sure that the next time you come and see me, there's not 8 years between.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I like tattooing you.
I know. I like your tattoos. If it makes you feel any better, I haven't had one in 8 years.
That does make me feel a bit better. Just a bit.
I am sorry. Things
At least I'm
got-
seeing you now.
Yeah, things got weird. Any new gossip in the last 8 years? Anything I missed?
Oh god, you're trying to get me to give you 8 years worth of gossip in a few
Well,
moments.
just Anything major that happened I should be aware of?
Are we talking like politics, or are we talking like city just in general?
Whatever you think is important.
That favorite bakery being broken down.
Well, I've heard talk that they're trying to get one of the Council of Four to head over to Elturel.
Why?
There's some discussion or something that they want him to go and take care of, but the man's never left fucking Baldur's Gate, and they're trying to get him to go now.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Weird.
I don't think there's any fucking way that you're gonna get all the Ravengard out of the city.
Yeah, from the looks of things, probably not. Okay.
Especially given that he takes care of the Flaming Fist. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Weird. And that's
Yeah.
just happened in like the past few years, or?
actually, the past few months or so. I mean, they've
Oh.
been trying to make him Vincent to go over for years and years now, but it's been more of a
Push now?
push
Mm.
the past few months. Yeah,
Okay.
there's some disagreements or something that the Council of Four has had with the Lord over in Elturel, and they want to get him over there to actually figure things out, I guess, which is interesting given Baldur's Gate's never figured a single thing out in the entirety that I've lived here, but
Okay. That's good to know. It's weird, but
yeah.
strange. Okay. Well, I will come visit you tomorrow, and we can go
Okay.
to brunch.
Okay, sounds good.
Crunch is back.
Brunch is back, bitch!
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go show my friends around because this is their first time in the city, so I'm gonna show them what I remember.
Well, welcome to Baldur's Gate then.
Thank you.
So,
Nice to meet you.
Sure,
Well,
I'll give you guys a farewell shot, kid.
Alright, Nova, what's next on the list?
well, that was kind of like a test run. Can't be much worse than that, right?
Oh, you mean for
Moongy?
Moongy?
I was thinking Mom, but yeah, we could go to Moongy. We can delay Mom.
Mommy?
We can delay Mom even more. That's fine by me.
No, we can do Mom right now.
We'll
do whatever you
I just
want.
feel like I should get her out of the way,
Do you-
and I don't know if Dad's home.
Okay.
Would
So
you feel better about seeing your? Because it seems like you're nervous about that with your mom specifically.
Yeah.
Would you rather go and see Moongy because he's like your friend and someone who cares about you to like kind of get eased in, and then your mom, or just like plunge right in with your mom and then go see Moongy as like a relief later?
That's a good point.
because I was going to say, yeah, I mean, we could go see Moongy. We could check into an inn if you want. Do you want to be staying at an inn?
Mom would never allow that. If I'm in the city, she's gonna want me home. So.
Okay, so maybe Talis and I check into an inn?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah, because I'm sure that I'm not.
Unless she disowns me, which is another possibility, but you know.
Nova,
Do you
no,
want to be
it's not
alone
what's
for
gonna
it?
happen.
Or do you want us
Yeah.
there?
I mean, she'll have to be nice if you're there. I mean, she's a nice lady. It's been a while. It's been 8 years, and I haven't seen her mad in 8 years, and
I mean, what relationship did you leave on? Was leaving bad terms?
No, it came out of nowhere.
Oh.
There was no warning. We were good, and I just left.
Okay. Moongi?
I mean...
Then Mumgi?
Mumgi?
Shit. Yeah, I guess we could go...
We could get a present. We could get, a present to bring to her?
No, I just realized I don't know if Moongi is still living at home, or if he's got his own place, or what's going on. Like, if I go to his estate, his parents could answer the door. Oh no! She's like panicking as she's standing in the street as she's realizing what could be happening. She's like, oh wait, if I go to Moongi, his parents could be there and they're gonna see me and oh no!
I put my hand on her hand that's on her cheek, and I grab Sir's hand and I put his hand on her other cheek. Then maybe we should just go see your mom to try to figure out, state of things in the city.
Okay,
and then we can figure out where Moongi is.
Okay.
We can get, some flowers or, a bottle of wine to bring her.
Yeah, that's probably...
I have a scimitar. Would your mom like a scimitar?
Probably not. She'd probably have a fit, so let's not do that.
Would she like some mayonnaise?
Maybe she does like cooking.
Let's get her Talis and I can get a present as well to kind of get off on the right foot, and then we can all go see her.
Okay.
And then maybe you can ask her whether Moongi has moved out or not.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a plan?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know if there's a flower shop, or maybe we can get wine?
This way.
Okay.
So would you like to take them to an actual flower shop, or would you like to take them to the Wide?
The Wide.
The Wide. Okay. Let me get my notes on the Wide.
Christy's also just realizing the complexity of how she left, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
What have I done?
Oh no.
So, Nova is taking you guys to the Wide. The Wide is an open air market in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, I'm grabbing a few more notes here.
We're in
Wide
Shell
as in a
City
synonym
now.
for broad?
Yes.
Okay.
We're in Shell City now.
No.
This is giving nostalgic feels. Oh my god, from session 0. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So you guys leave Inclined and Jashel and make your way back eastward around the curve that is the lower city, and you find yourselves at the gate leading to the upper city. There are 2 guards there, each wearing half-plate armor. They're basically just wearing a breastplate. On their armor, there is a coat of arms that has a fist that's on fire. And there is a line of people in front of you waiting to get in through this gate. A lot of the people that are waiting in front of you to get in this gate look like they appear to be merchants of some kind. There are people who have carts with goods, as well as just individuals. But there's a line here that you've got to kind of wait to go through.
You know what? Okay, here's the thing, because you said that like your mom, like you get your recipes from her, and flowers are nice, but herbs are better.
Oh,
Why
that's a
don't
good
we get
idea.
her like we could get her a nice rosemary plant or some sage,
Yeah, she'd like that a lot.
something, or we could get her lavender, since you're like you got like the little, and then she'll see the purple and then she'll think of
Aw.
you.
Oh, sure.
That's a good one. What did I think?
What do we have to say to these people? These guards.
I don't know. I've never had to do this before.
Right.
I
It's
usually just
just-
snuck up and, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it can't be too much unlike, when a ship would come in Waterdeep and there would be like a dock master and they would pay some coins that they can dock their ship in the city. Or, the taxes that we pay in Waterdeep. It's just a little bit more direct.
You know what? If it's like two copper each, I'll cover it.
A group of mid-20-year-olds being worried about taxes and
Who's paying the tolls on the road trip? Oh no! I don't have Easy Pass.
well, I mean, but there was the writ thing, so
Yeah.
maybe if
We
We
they
can
offer us
get
writ,
the
then we
monthly
could-
writ. It's kind of like a compass pass or whatever the hell. You just
Yeah, I'll pay for the writs. I'll do it because I have money.
okay.
And then when we leave, I mean, do we sign them? Can we just give them to someone else when we leave? I'm not going to be here for a
Yeah,
while.
identity theft is great. Let's do it.
We don't need it for a month. We're going to be here for a week. He says, until something happens that keeps us here for a month. Okay.
Okay. As the line kind of moves, you can start to hear what the guards are saying to people as they walk up. There's just a very curt, very blunt, 2 copper per person, 1 silver per horse, 2 silver per cart, or you can buy a writ. Come on, move along. And taking money from people, putting it in a coffer that's behind them. And as you guys move to the front of the line, they address you. 2 copper per person, 1 silver per horse, 2 silver per cart, or you can purchase a writ.
Writ.
1 gold,
3
each of you,
writs,
please.
please.
And he gestures
give
behind
them
him to
3
somebody.
Oh, you
Okay.
give him 3?
I'm paying for all of it.
Okay.
Gestures behind him to somebody who pulls out 3 pieces of paper and stamps them all, signs them all, and writes Uktar 19 and circles it on the top, because that's the day that it expires. Takes the gold from you, shoves the 3 pieces of paper in your hand, and ushers you through. This is a very quick process because there's a lot of people that are trying to get through.
Yeah, I can just give this to someone else when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine by me.
Alright.
Okay. Nova then takes you from the gate kind of more to the right, where you start to smell this market before you can see it. There is the very strong smell of roasting spiced meats and vegetables that are filling the air. Entering the wide is pretty overwhelming, especially to people who are only just first experiencing it for the first time. So there's the steamy aroma of roasted spiced meats mixed with the very characteristic earthy smell of Baldur's Gate. There are multicolored awnings spread everywhere across the expanse of this very large, just basically break in all of the buildings. It is an open air market. And literally anything you could possibly think of is being sold here. Tools, textiles, foods, silks, scarves, tobacco, spices, flowers. There are tattoo artists that are here that are setting up to get ready to sell just like flash tattoos, basically. Hedge wizards, many people conduct business here in the Wide, and at like sitting at like 9 in the morning, like 10, given that you guys just went to go see Jashelle, it is bumping. And you're also seeing Nova, you know they're called pole carters, Pole, pole carters. People who make deliveries and to and from and have to move across the Wide, they put their wares up on these poles. They're like holding 2 poles that have like a box basically on top when they're passing through, because they're trying to make sure pickpockets can't steal the things they're trying to deliver. So they carry it literally feet, like 6, 7, 8 feet above crowds. So like you're seeing pole carters moving through the crowd with these boxes on these poles. And in the middle of the Wide, there is a statue to someone who is known as the Beloved Ranger as a permanent structure. The statue is of a powerful warrior in plate armor with a very enthusiastic grin on his face and a hamster in his hand.
Minsk and Boo! Not that Talus knows that.
He's got like a rat.
I like his little... Is it a gerbil?
The hamster.
He's like a rat. What's a hamster?
The hamster.
They're
I
like
guess
little,
that's a hamster.
They're like little, like a rat with no tail, and their face is like more cute.
Does this one walk around like the ones in Waterdeep?
No. It's...
Ha.
Yeah, it's...
Well, you know, can't all be giant walking statues. Not trying to say one city's better.
By the way, before
Just
we get too far, Ace, I'm gonna take his bag and put it in the bag of holding, and your money bag, honey. We're in the Wide.
Okay,
See those
you know
poles up there? That's so people don't get pickpocketed. It's very common here.
I mean, anyone that tried to pickpocket me was going to make a very bad decision.
Let's not aggravate Flaming Fist and people like that.
Okay.
So let's just, hide it away.
Alright. Oh yeah, is Baldur's Gate like, because Waterdeep has the like you can carry weapons, but most people don't feel the need to. Like, are people more like, we are in armor and weapons if we have them?
There are a lot of armored and weapon and wielding weapon people here. Baldur's Gate is the kind of city, and you would know this from rumor at the very least. Baldur's Gate is the kind of city taverns generally are considered like the most dangerous parts of Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
To the point where it is generally recommended when you come to Baldur's Gate to have a weapon and be at least with like leather armor on when you go into a tavern here.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is common to have your weapons.
Alright, I can work with that.
Let's find some really nice, like, plants, and we can do a little window box. Oh my god, we can put together a window box for your mum. Does she have like any herbs growing in a window box? We could put one together real easy for her.
She has a window box, but generally with working at the bakery, she doesn't have too much time to keep it going. And so it got to a point where there was one year where she was like, I didn't replant it this year. So now there's just basically an empty window box sitting outside. At least last time you knew.
Yeah, I see that.
Alright. Well, this looks like I could probably get a nice bottle of wine pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I said, there is literally anything and everything you could possibly think of that's sold here. There's vendors that are setting up, a vendor that's setting up and he's selling meat pies that he's got the dough in the shape of otters. There are people selling bows with the likeness of a swan. Someone selling rope they've made out of giant spider silk. Someone selling rope that they've literally just dyed and it's different colors, so it's fun.
I like it here.
People selling wigs, people selling scabbards that have silver filigree on it that are depicting beasts.
My favorite bakery is here.
Yes. Foldable weapon stands that you can fold and unfold, so they're more portable. A breastplate that has gargoyle faces carved in it. There's mulled cider that's being sold. Owlbear pelt scarves.
There's like a dad in Home Depot looking at all the like grills and all the like barbecuing stuff, but it's all the like the weaponry and stuff. So like he's like, Nova, did you see? It is like a weapons rack that folds up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how practical that is?
Yeah, but I don't think my mom wants that.
No, not for your mom.
I think that's why we're here, right?
No.
Are you tourist shopping right now? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm looking for a nice. Is she a white or a red person, or maybe a rosé?
Probably rosé.
Red or rosé, yeah.
Okay. Can I?
Do you think us? Oh yeah, you need money, don't you?
You've taken my money. Can I just have like one of my platinum pieces? I'll just pop it, and I'll go get a bottle. I'll go get a bottle of wine for you, Mother. How are you expecting me to get her a gift if you're holding my money? Please? No.
Wait, I thought you were asking Talus because she has the bag of holding.
Oh,
Oh my
you
God, no.
didn't put it in.
I put it in
Okay.
the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, then I stand there and I feel like Nova and I have a silent conversation of like looking at each other like.
Please, I'm not
And
a
then I
child
will-
asking for allowance.
And
Give
then
me my money.
I will give him a platinum.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and buy her a nice bottle of rosé. A nice bottle.
Like a very nice, like, top shelf sort of bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be roughly 5 gold, depending on before you go.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 gold.
I will
So half
pass
your
a
platinum.
platinum.
And you get 5 gold back.
I will look for someone who's selling like actual like potted plants so that you can like grow herbs, and I want to look for I think like mint, because mint is so easy to grow and it's tasty, and that way she has something for like desserts, but for regular cooking I will also look for a thyme plant for her
Aww.
for like
Okay.
savory stuff.
Yeah. There are definitely flower stands that are also selling herbs. Just general plants. There's rosemary, there's thyme, there's mint. You can easily buy a mint and a thyme plant if you're just getting one of each.
Yeah, like one of each, and if there's a lavender plant, I'll get a lavender plant too, because it just
Yeah.
is like
Mhm.
purple for Nova.
Yeah. So those 3 plants total will cost you 3, 6, 9, 1 silver, 1 copper.
Oh, I almost took out Electrum. What? Ooh. There we go. Okay. Nova, what do you want to get her?
I mean, I've been sending her back gifts for years, so
Oh.
nothing.
I guess you
Oh.
don't really need to get her a hospitality gift when it's like kind of your house.
Yeah,
We're
that'd be
trading
kinda-
for like
Yeah.
not Waterdeep minted currency, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll probably just have to get them anything that we have left exchanged for dragons. We'll go back.
Which you can do at any bank in Waterdeep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a common occurrence.
And,
Alright.
yeah, and we know Istrid from the Zents, and she works at a bank.
True.
We got
That's
the
true.
hookup.
That's true. Okay.
All right.
I worry about weird things.
No, you're fine.
I feel like Nova and I like pick out what we're doing like pretty quick, and then it's like 5 minutes goes by. We're like waiting 10 minutes, and we're like, where is this man's?
And Sarah's off looking at, like, there's a stand that's selling like a foldable seat that you can like carry around, basically like a lawn chair, but it's like you can like attach it to like a
I'm
backpack.
always waiting around somewhere, and I'm wishing that there was somewhere to sit. And you're telling me that I could just bring a chair with me. That's great. I love that. Yeah, no, he's looking at a
I think
forge.
we lost Ace to the void of the wide.
We need to go get him.
Let's go
This
find
is-
him. Yeah, let's go find him.
That's amazing.
Okay. I think that is a great time now that you've purchased your presents to take a break.
You're telling me that this Flex Seal can fix a hole in a boat?
They have a giant container of water, and the guy just
Slaps it on.
Let's. Yeah, no, let's.
Alright.
Get
We
them.
will. BRB fam is gonna get refreshments, stretch our legs, and we'll be back in about
Yeah.
7 to 10 minutes. BRB. We're back! Shit! Shit! Pee pee poo poo. Oh, wow. We're back, guys!
Very important stuff on break.
Yeah, important shit. Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We are refreshed. We have gone to the bathroom. We are good to go. You guys are still in the wide. You've purchased some herbs. You've purchased some wine. Nova is trying to make sure you guys don't get pickpocketed. Today is yours.
Take presents to mommy, and then go to the go get business done.
Yeah. Let's go see Mom.
Okay.
Let's hurry before he buys this weird sticky slap tape.
Well,
Do you know how useful that would be if there was like a leak in the roof or something?
No, come on, yeah.
It flexes!
we're here for possibly 10 days. We can come back. Think about it.
Alright, well, they said that it was like a special offer.
Oh,
As you guys walk past someone selling these big plates that have lids for adventurers who want to take food with them.
No.
No.
Yes, it's not. I understand it's nice that they nest into each other, but just take turkey.
They're so easily stackable!
Oh my god.
I was also seeing there was like a little thing and it blends up your food. It like chops it up really, really, really fast.
No.
They called it like the magic arrow.
No. Avert your gaze.
Do not proceed.
Okay.
I lead them to my home.
Okay. As you were getting to a point where you... Sorry, I got real distracted by Graph in the chat.
Yeah, well done, Grab.
I saw that like, whoa.
Get off my account, babe!
What did he do?
Grass is typing on my account. Grass in my Twitch account, typing in our chat.
Hacked. Eventually I'll finish the sentence. As you guys are moving out of the wide, eventually getting to the edge where it's not quite so crowded, it's like shoulder to shoulder. The wide is super, super popular place for people to go because of the variety of things that are sold here. And people, like traveling merchants, come into the city from like little smaller villages that are outside further into the Sword Coast specifically to sell in the wide, much like they do in Waterdeep. You walk past there's three guards who are stood on the edge of the wide itself. It looks like they're being spoken to by a man with long brown hair that's in a bun at the back of his head. These are the guard, not the Flaming Fist, the actual guard of Waterdeep. Typically, the Flaming Fist deals with the lower city and the outer city, and the guard deals with the upper city. It's a really gross class thing that Baldur's Gate struggles with. And there is a distinctive flag, basically, that is worn on the armor of the higher members of the guard. And the man with the bun has that distinctive flag indicating that they are a lieutenant. Talking to two guards, looks like he's giving them some sort of directions. And as he turns to walk away, there is a brief moment, Nova, where you recognize this man.
My buddy.
Yes.
Just out of instinctual, like, this is something that she has done to him many times, because this is usually how she sneaks in. She's going to mind message him and say, "Guess who?"
He stops in his tracks, sits up a little bit.
Warmer?
He
Warmer?
turns.
Colder? There you go!
And he just points. And then...
Oh, I'm in trouble! I waddle over.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Is there a problem, sir?
Yes, there's a huge problem, actually.
What's that?
I haven't seen you in so long. And
What?
you didn't come and find me, and he hugs you the moment you were in the city.
I'm sorry! I haven't even seen Mom yet.
I'm more important.
Probably true.
Mhm.
These are my friends.
What are you doing? Ed, you have more friends than just the one.
Now I do.
Takes his gloves off of his armor, tucks them under his armpit, holds his hand out to shake yours. Lieutenant Nathaniel, of the Baltic Gate Guard. Nice to meet you.
I'm, Ace, sir. Or Ace. I go by both.
I like Ace.
Me too.
She does too.
Well, that's probably why then. And he holds his hand up to shake Talus's as well. He's a big guy, and he's got a beard and a mustache now. Nova, which is unusual, and it's a longer beard, very well trimmed. Hair pulled back into a bun. He's a taller human man. Big guy as far as humans are concerned. He's sitting at about 5'3" or 6'5'3". That's not very tall at all. 6'3".
5'3"! So big!
We love our short kids.
Like 6'3" or 6'4". But he does shake Talus's hand as well.
I will shake his hand. I'm Talus. It's very nice to meet you, Mr. Guy. Whoever. What?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Hi.
It's a nice name.
Hello.
Hi.
Shopping. Are you?
They were getting welcoming gifts for Mom because they haven't met her yet.
Are you nervous?
Mm-hmm. A little.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
How's she been?
She's been good.
Okay.
I don't get to pop in as much and say hello to her just because I'm doing a lot more work
you
now.
upgraded!
Yes, I've been promoted.
That's awesome!
Thank you.
Are you doing more work?
Yes, more work.
Oh.
Graph, get out of my DMs. Yes, quite a bit more work actually. Not the kind I typically used to like, though. I don't get out in the field as much as I would like. I tend to just do patrols to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. But it's a nice title, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It suits you.
A lot more paperwork involved. Thank you.
Speaking.
Are you getting into any trouble lately?
Well, I'm in Waterdeep, usually, now.
Okay.
Business of sorts with business
You
partners.
own a business. Well, look at you.
Yeah, we do like Tavern and Mercenary, and also I still do my tarot cards, so it's kind of like a mixture of sorts.
Horizontal
You can
integration.
That's the word.
Another hug. And he says, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thanks. How, have you seen the other friend lately?
Again, I don't really see too much of anybody too much anymore. He tries to top in every once in a while. He seems to be doing okay, though.
Is he still at home? Like, does he still live with them? Okay. Great.
Dad wants him around for
Of course. Has there been
family
any...
business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any improvement with him?
I wouldn't call it so much improvement as he's just avoiding it because it's easier.
Okay.
Better to appease than to fight back.
Okay.
So take that how you will.
Yeah. Well, I'll catch up with him later, but first, Mom. As much as I
Good
would
luck.
love to stay and talk with you and procrastinate this a little bit longer, I know I shouldn't, so...
He's putting his gloves back on. I have a few more stops to make anyway. It was wonderful seeing you and meeting you all.
Well, you will see me, hopefully, a little bit more this week.
How long are you saying?
No more than a 10-day, hopefully. That's the plan.
Well, if you don't say goodbye to me before you leave, that
I
would be...
will. I promise
no
this
problem
time
indeed.
I will. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good to meet General Captain Overlord Nathaniel.
He laughs as he walks away.
Oh, I forgot to ask him about his facial hair. That's so weird.
Why don't you just send him like a mind message before?
Yeah, good idea. Why do I always forget I have this? What's with the facial hair?
Do you not like it?
It looks weird.
Trying something new.
Well, it does give you a bit more confidence, I think. So, yeah, maybe keep it for a while.
He like straightens up and like turns and
It's
like...
still weird, though.
You'll get used to it.
Okay.
Anyway, he walks away.
Nice.
Not a bad catch, Nova.
What do you mean?
So good looking, dude.
He's pretty handsome.
Also, quite a bit older than me.
Yeah, he's older.
I mean,
We met when I was a child, and he was, like, a guardsman. Captain of the guards.
Okay.
why'd you have to ruin the fun?
I'm out of character. I am not Sonata.
The older the better.
Like, I mean,
I mean, he is very sweet, but I don't know. He's more of a parental figure to me, or at least like a mentor.
Ooh, okay, now I feel weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
He's more family. Speaking of, let's go.
Okay.
That's in character.
Roll out wide into the upper city proper towards the gates. Hold on. This one is specifically just called Baldur's Gate, after the man the city was named after. And flash your writ as you wait in line and go through. The line going this way into the lower city is much shorter than the one going into the upper city. But the same guards are there as when you went through, so you can just flash the writ that you were given with the gold that you paid, and you are ushered through. And you can make your way to the western side. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. You're very close, actually, at the gate to your house.
Shit. Okay.
So it's like, once you get through the gate, it's like a 5-minute walk tops. So I'm assuming you probably stop a little bit of ways to kind of like hype yourself up a little.
Go the long way. I know shortcuts to get there in like 2 minutes, but I go the long way.
Yeah. It is a cute little wooden home kind of nestled between a few of these stone. Like I said, the lower city is pretty eclectic in its architecture. There are window boxes outside of the windows. They don't appear to have anything other than old soil in them. The shutters are painted a very muted, like periwinkle blue color. It appears that there has been some effort to make what is a very just like normal looking wooden home into something a little bit more nice compared to what is around. There's the smell of baking bread immediately on the street as you approach. But you are outside of your childhood home, Nova. What would you like to do?
Okay.
Do you want to hold Hickory?
Do you want to hold my hand?
That's probably bad.
I'd probably like to hold your hands, yeah. I mean, I have to use one hand to knock, but then after I'll hold the other hand.
Okay.
Okay. I knock.
There is a beat, and you hear a voice call out, "Coming!"
She's alive.
That's why I told Graf to get out of my DMs. And you can hear the footsteps of shoes on a wooden floor as the door opens. And there is a woman standing there. She has an apron on that looks to be covered in flour, and she's like wiping her hands on the apron to wipe off the flour that is on her hand. She's a little shorter, around 5'5". She's got a very long red hair that she's got braided in like a French braid over her shoulder. Blue eyes, very soft skin, freckled. There is the original, like, you're just getting ready to talk to somebody who's knocked on your door, like customer service voice, basically, where she starts with the hi, and then immediately hugs Nova.
Oh! Hi. I'm home for a little bit.
You told me you were coming home, but I didn't expect you so soon. And she kind of pulls back, and you look good.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. You look good. How you been?
Oh, I'm getting flour all over you. I'm so sorry.
That's
And
okay.
she pulls away. Oh, it's good. It's been good. Come in.
Okay. Come on.
And are these the friends that
Yes.
you were okay.
That's
come on.
Talis. I think she wrote you that little note at the bottom. That's her.
Yeah. She gives both of you hugs as well.
I like. How big is this woman?
She's 5'5".
Okay, so
she's
I come down. It's like, it's nice to meet you, man.
Come in, make yourselves at home. I was getting some bread into the oven, so that's why I look like this. I would have cleaned up a bit if I knew that you were going to be knocking on the door this morning. And she kind of takes the apron off and bustles into the kitchen to get it put away, and there's a moment of time where you're not with her. The door immediately opens into a sitting area where there are cushioned seats with like neatly, like, there it looks like embroidered pillows, hand embroidered. Nova, you remember your mother has done this herself. On each of these seats there's a fireplace, and then there is a hallway down the middle that leads to one side is the kitchen, one side is like a pantry, and then there is a set of stairs down into a cellar, and then a set of stairs that goes upstairs to where bedrooms are.
I will sit down in the living room.
So there is a moment where you are alone. You guys can sit down. You hear the noises of her putting things away in the kitchen.
Can I look for signs to see if Dad's home?
You don't see his boots by the door, which is kind of your like telltale sign that he is back from sailing. So you don't see his boots by the door, which kind of tells you he's probably working right now.
Okay. Okay, well that's a little better.
No.
The wine.
Oh yeah. You can put it on the table. Just put it on the coffee table, it's fine.
Okay.
Wait, no, the dirt's getting on the... Oh, it's too late, I already did it. I put my pants on the table. Your mum doesn't really look like you. She's got red hair.
Yeah,
Little thing.
yeah. I'm not really, like, their child. They adopted me. They couldn't have kids, so they adopted.
Cool. That's... Wow.
But I don't remember the orphanage like, at all. Like, they adopted me when I was quite young, so they've always been mom and dad to me. I don't really feel like it's different, at least when I walk in other people's minds. Their feelings are very much the same as my parents.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's really nice. That's cool.
She comes back into the room. She's carrying a plate, on which there's cut slices of bread and whipped butter in like a little dish. I've just been baking today, and this was actually just came out of the oven about a half hour or so ago, so help yourselves.
Thanks, Mama. Oh, by the way, I kind of gesture at the gifts and gesture at them, being like,
Oh, yeah, we got... These are from me, and I will push the... I'm gonna press the digitate. I'm gonna do a little... So I'm like, and I just press to digitate the dirt off of the table. These are from me because Nova said that you like to cook, and she always uses your recipes like all the time and talks about your cooking. So I thought maybe you'd like some herbs. And are you done? Are you done chewing?
Yeah. He's got like a little butter on his finger, and he goes to like, and he's like, I
stand up and grab like a towel and bring it back to Ace.
I got you this bottle of wine. I hope it's to your liking.
You didn't have to get me any gifts.
They wanted
She
some,
picks up the lavender and like smells it. Does anybody want some lavender lemonade?
Ooh,
I can go make some.
Yes, please.
Okay.
This is delicious bread.
She will smile, and she takes the lavender that Talus brought into the kitchen. She's gonna make some lavender lemonade.
I'm gonna like cut a hole into like the bun and take it out, and then just like stuff it with butter and put the hole back in and just start eating it like I used to. It's a trick Mom taught me.
It's such a good idea.
It's like a butter sandwich.
Your mom's cool.
She is pretty cool.
Your mom's nice.
You're so worried. You're so worried.
Well, if Dad was around, he probably would have been a little bit different. Mama was a lot more understanding and patient when I told her about my polls. But they kind of like downplayed it, so I'm not sure how Dad's gonna take it if he sees me.
Well,
you can hear the sound of like lemons being cut in the kitchen.
Is it like how you remember it?
Yeah. It hasn't really changed much at all. Just kind of crazy.
No, it's pretty much exactly like you remember it.
It's like I just stepped right back in.
Where's your room? Or your old room?
Upstairs. Maybe when we have time later this week, I'll show you.
Sure. I mean, you'll probably be staying, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well,
that means we can. Oh my God, sir! We can go get a room at a tavern, and we can just go crazy partying in Baldur's Gate, and Nova can spend time with her mom.
Sarah's like, but we're not gonna do that because
we're gonna get.
And he looks over at you, Talis, and he's like,
we do have a job to do. We can't go too crazy. I'm sure having a day or two to explore and have fun probably do us good after everything that we've been through in Waterdeep.
I mean, I gotta be entirely honest, this city seems like it really agrees with me. I want to go back and look at all that stuff in the wine.
It has that effect on people, yeah.
I think
you can hear the sound of like glass as like there's some stirring happening.
I think you're just falling prey to like infectious consumerism.
The ASMR of this scene is getting basically. Probably. It's just nice to be able to participate in a little bit of consumerism now and then that isn't paying for things to save our lives. Which, by the way, do we talk about the adventuring thing?
I was gonna follow Nova's lead with that.
I'm just gonna tell her we own a bar.
Understandable. It's a great bar.
We're here to franchise. Mm-hmm.
And then he just like he's like sitting in this little sitting room, and he's so big, and he's just
There's probably little doilies everywhere that Nova's mom made. Giant man.
He's literally just like patting his lap, like pat, 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 pat. I'm
gonna take one of the embroidered pillows and just hug it.
Okay.
And kind of just smell it and hug it and hold it.
It's got that very familiar, just like deep set in smell that you remember so much from when you lived here. It's kind of a mix of the baking that your mom does really frequently, and then the smell of just that like briny, salty smell of the sea, just because your dad is just always out at sea when he comes home. It kind of just permeates. It's a very familiar smell, very comforting. It's about 20 minutes or so because she made a lavender syrup with some of the lavender flowers.
Damn, Mom.
And used it to add to the lemonade. Yeah. It brings out the glass pitcher. There's a just nice little purple tint to the lemonade with some glasses. Gestures
Thanks,
for you all
Mama.
to help yourself. She'll sit down next to you, Nova. And she takes your hand and she's holding it.
I snuggle against her.
Thank you so much.
Like,
How was
very
the trip?
relieved those
Here.
boots aren't there. Fuck.
Oh, the trip here.
Yeah. Nova, why don't you tell her about the trip? I say, not wanting to say anything that is gonna get her in trouble about the freaking ghost fog.
Oh yeah, we were deckhands and helped the crew out, and it was a really cheap passage over, but it was really pretty.
You were deckhands.
Yeah. Oh,
You've been
lots of
doing
ropes.
so much. Lots of ropes.
I can't remember if I told you, but I know I told you I was in a circus, but we were traveling from city to city. But one of the ways we traveled was by boat, so I had to learn some rigging to like pull my weight on the ship. So this way over, I just used my experience from that.
That's how I met Nova. I met her at the circus, and she joined.
Are you not with the circus anymore?
No, we're independent now. We have our own business. Did you get the last letter I sent you, the Three of Cups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Business owners.
Yeah, they run the downstairs, which is the bar. I run upstairs, which is the hookah tavern, and my card readings.
It's very popular even amongst the nobility in Waterdeep. It's growing quite quickly, actually.
And you know, the last holiday feast we had, some of our food that we made were recipes inspired by your cooking, and they were very, very popular.
It's so well received. I hope that's all right.
Yorkshire pudding, Mama.
Of course it's all right. You used the Yorkshire pudding?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then of course it was well received.
I know, right?
Everybody loves my Yorkshire pudding.
Always a hit.
They're not going to be able to get anything else like it up there in Waterdeep. That's for sure.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mama.
So does that mean you're planning on staying in Waterdeep for a while?
Probably for a little while, yeah. At least until I get another.
So you haven't in a while, then?
It's currently pulling me to stay there, so yeah.
Okay, well that's good though, because then you can settle and you can stop having to travel so much.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all I want for you, is to be able to just stay somewhere.
Nova has been just really, really incredible. I mean, the business wouldn't be what it is without her influence on it.
She's always been incredibly creative.
She is. I'm very happy that I got the chance to meet her, which was entirely by chance. I was not part of this circus. I've lived in Waterdeep most of my life. Just happened to visit one day, I met these two wonderful women who have definitely made my life better because of it.
And now you're traveling together.
Yes.
Looks at Nova and smiles.
I just drink my ST and I don't make eye contact because I don't need to hear this lecture. I can just feel it. Like, I'm like reading her mind without reading her mind.
I mean, a big, muscular, tiefling man, well-groomed.
And you've gotten new tattoos.
Not exactly. I mean, I told you I felt things were coming or changing, and this was the change.
What do you mean that was the change?
That's why I got the tattoo on my forehead, because I knew these were gonna show up eventually. I knew something.
So they just appeared?
Yeah. The pull?
And you're not alarmed that just randomly happened?
I mean, yeah, if it was really freaky the day it happened, for sure.
When did it happen?
The day I left.
Is that why you left?
Mm-hmm.
You left because it happened, or because you were worried what we'd say?
I left because I was telling Dad that I felt like something was gonna change and I was gonna leave, and he didn't believe me. And when the change happened, it was like that was the switch. That was the sign. That was the pull. That it just amplified.
Okay. And she will pull you in for another hug.
Oh.
She can see you getting upset.
And I didn't want Dad to tell me not to leave, so I left without saying anything. Because I knew he wouldn't agree.
You're right, he probably wouldn't have. She's just like got her cheek resting on your top of your head.
I am sorry, though. If I
We
worried
don't
you.
need... You did. But I'm your mother, I always worry about you. We don't need to rehash it right now if you don't want to.
I have a week.
So you're staying for a whole week, then?
If we can leave sooner, we would like to, because we do have a business to run, but I think the 10-day is our marker.
Okay. Are you gonna be staying here?
I assume that's what you would want.
Well, of course I want you to stay here, but I want you to stay where you want to stay.
When's Dad coming back?
He's been gone for about 10 day now, so he should be back within another 2 or so.
Okay.
It's possible he might not be back before you leave, unfortunately.
I mean, might be better to hear it from you.
Yes, I can broach the subject with him to make it easier next time you see him.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he is. It takes him a few weeks
yeah.
to get used to things, yes?
Yeah, it needs time. But yeah, I'd like to spend the night, at least tonight.
Okay. Your room is still set up the way it was.
Thanks. Didn't have to do that.
We wanted it ready for you in case you came back.
Thanks, Mama. But, I'll be back tonight. I'm going to get these two set up at the inn. And
Do you want me to make dinner?
sure.
Will you two be joining us?
Do you guys want to join us?
I mean, if you don't mind.
Of course not.
Yeah.
It's the real thing. It's gonna be so much better than Three of Cups. I'm sorry to say it, but it's a little off.
Do you want me to make the Yorkshire pudding?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh,
Okay.
Does Yorkshire pudding have? Is that meat?
No.
What is Yorkshire? I have to look this up. I don't even know what this is. Oh yeah, I'll eat Yorkshire pudding. That's fine. I looked it up.
Talis just had to pull up her.
I had to consult.
Wait, is that me?
My eyes just roll back for a second.
Legend lore.
Recipe for Yorkshire pudding. Oh wait, are you Talis right now? I haven't even asked. Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
No,
That's cool.
I did consider bringing out Clitoris, but I did not.
Okay, yeah, we would love to.
Okay. I will spend the day then and get something whipped up for when you guys come back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I love you.
I love you.
I kiss her on the cheek.
She kisses you on the forehead.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's
She
see
sends
what's
you
wrong
off
with
with some bread.
Oh, yes! Anime style, running out of the house with some bread.
Eating characters' moms in D&D. Always get food.
Mums that
She
feed
has
you.
a few. Yeah, she has a few loaves that she's made, so she sends you off with a whole loaf and a little jar of homemade butter.
Your mom is really cool.
I
She's
love
awesome.
her so much.
I see where you get it from.
Aw. Yeah, that's true. She's really awesome.
Alright.
I calmed down when I didn't see the boots, so that's good. Let's go.
Yeah, what is this? Barrels or something?
Is this
3
business?
old barrels?
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
3 old kegs. Check in at the 3 old kegs, and then we're gonna go try and see if we can meet this contact. Is that kind of the plan for the rest of the day?
Well, yeah, because it's only like what?
We arrived like early.
Early.
It's like lunch. Is it like lunchtime now?
Yeah, it's at this point, sitting and talking for a while, you're probably looking at between 11 and noon. So,
Yeah, I think we should maybe just try to get some of that business started, and then
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
because we don't know how long it's going to take to be able to set up a meeting with the people that we need to meet with. So
Yeah.
let's check in at the inn, which I guess will just be Talis and I. And then we will go see if we can meet this contact.
Okay. All right. So you guys can head over by the Basilisk Gate, where you were told that the 3 old kegs was. No, I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, Basilisk Gate is.
Basilisk Gate, yeah. So the 3 old kegs is actually back in the upper city. So you can flash your writ again at where they're taking the tolls. There are occasionally at the tolls people who will stay by the gates and like try and beg for money from people to get through them if they need to, which is the case here. People who are asking for the 2 copper if people have it.
I do not have you have my coin purse. I cannot give these people anything, even if I wanted to.
It's okay.
I just realized what you guys were typing in chat, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God damn it!
So this is where I got shot. This is where I got stabbed. This is where I got stabbed again.
Big yikes! Big yikes!
But yeah, you can head back into the upper city. passing quite a few businesses along the way. Things like there's like like candle businesses, Candlekeep, Chandlery is what it's called. There's a bank that you pass, the counting house. There is a business called Fellow Gears Fireworks that you pass, so pyrotechnics. You also pass things like the High House of Wonder, which is a temple to Gond in the city.
That's like the other House of Wonder, but this is like the Ultra House of Wonder.
Yeah, so there's a temple, which is the High House of Wonder, and then there's across of it, something that you've encountered, the Hall of Wonders. It's very similar to the one in Waterdeep that you guys experienced. You also pass... Where'd it go? A bathhouse called the Hissing Stones as well. But you can make your way. The Three Old Kegs is a couple of blocks north of the Hall of Wonders, directly across from a business called Sorcerer's Sundries.
Did you say Sorceress Sundries?
Mm-hmm.
Like magic sundries?
It's possible.
I give Sir the consumerist eyes.
But if you would like to make your way into the Three Old Kegs, it's not a huge building. You can see 2 floors above ground, but it also has 2 cellars below ground. Instead of a signboard, there are 3 kegs, literally, hanging from a chain from the roof pole above the door. You can go inside. Immediately you are greeted by a feast hall. The foyer that you enter in, there is a large central common area with a very big, common table for guests to sit. It's like one of those tables at restaurants where you don't need, a reservation. You can go and sit down with, literally anybody and, talk and make friends and stuff. There is a rope-pulled elevator that connects the 2 the 2 floors to the lower 2 floors. The inn itself was furnished with old and shabby but very comfortable furniture that is super eclectic. None of it matches. The walls are crowded with different trophy heads of creatures like deer, all the way to monstrosities like displacer beasts and things like that. There are old paintings of fanciful imaginative scenes and very thick tapestries that, again, none of them match. There's a plain dark blue royal colored tapestry, but there's also very intricate Persian rug sort of style tapestries. There are large bookcases and shelves that are full of travel logs, collections of ballads and legends, history books of you're not sure how accurate they are. Some of them don't look like very official books. And the floors are covered with very thick rugs made from a variety of different pelts as well.
This place is kind of cool.
It should have worked, but I kind of really like it. I see why it's popular with adventurers, just sort of a menagerie.
Yeah, I haven't really been in here before.
Oh, so a new experience for all of us.
I mean, I've been by here many times, but I didn't go in.
Shall we see if they have rooms available?
Sure.
Okay. Going up to the bartender, they do indeed have rooms available. It depends on the quality of room you would like. If you want something very simple, if you want something very simple, it's not going to run you very much. You're looking at 5 silver for a room per night. If you want something a bit more extravagant, like a suite, it's going to be a bit more, looking at a gold to 3 gold per night.
Tell us. We are technically on sort of vacation.
Let's get that super fancy suite.
You're getting the super fan.
That way we'll each have a room, but we'll still technically be staying in like the same place.
Wait, what's the suite?
It has a main sitting area, as well as there's suites that have 2 rooms and suites that have 3 rooms, with like a little kitchenette.
Oh, yeah, like that's just like a whole
Can
little
you get
apartment.
the 3-room one just in case I need it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
3
We'll
gold
do
a
that.
night.
Yeah.
3
We'll
gold.
book it for like, you think like 4 or 5 days?
To start?
Yeah, we'll start with like 5 days.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
That sounds good.
So
Yeah,
15 gold to start.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Included with the room, laundering services, weapon sharpening services if you need them. There is a public bath attached to it. This has like 3 tubs in the same room that are freshened throughout the day, which is available for you to use as well.
If I have weapons that I would like to get kind of upkept, would I leave them here with you, or?
Yes, you can leave them here with me, and I will bring them back and store them. I'll get your name, give you a tag so that you can come and retrieve them. We're a little backed up with the sharpening, but we would be able to probably have them ready by the end of the evening.
That is perfectly fine. I will leave with him essentially the entire gentleman's razor and just kind of show like the scabbard is a blade in and of itself, and then there's actually a smaller blade inside.
This is a beautiful construction.
Yes, it is. It's made by one of the most skilled craftsmen in all of Waterdeep. I would hope that it can be taken well care of here.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Gives you just like basically like a dry cleaner's tag that has your name and a number on it, so that you can come and turn it in and they can give you back the right weapons.
And if we get into a scrap, then whoever's sharpening it's going to be very surprised when it just blips out of existence.
Yeah.
But for now, we'll let it get sharp.
Okay. You guys coming in?
Do you have anything that you want to drop off? I was going to just kind of take my bag upstairs and drop it off. And then I'd be ready to go. And I'll probably change into my armor properly.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's probably smart. I think I'm good though.
Okay. Give me just a bit.
Okay.
Takes his bag up. Changes into his armor. Comes down. Okay.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I think all that's
Little
left
Kalimshan.
is the last thing to do is go see if we can find.
Oh, and also Moongi, but
There is also Moongi. Do you want to talk to Moongi tomorrow?
Well, how long is this gonna take?
I have no idea. Just in case. Do you want to do Moongi first?
I don't know.
why don't we, while we're on our way out to Little Kalimshan, you think about what you want to do, like your plan for that, since it sounds like there's some stuff with some kind of house. I don't really know what that's about, but you think about it, and then you'll have a plan.
His
and then
parents
you can
aren't a
decide.
fan of me, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of them, so
Not everyone's mom is as cool as yours.
not at all.
But now you've got like a super awesome revenge bond.
Well, we
You
should
can
at
come
least
back
try to find this fetcher.
Or Rilsa.
I figured Reels is going to be the best lead to find the fetcher
That's a good
first
point.
place.
Yeah,
So-
let's get things started with
Yeah,
Rosa
yeah,
in case
yeah.
someone needs
Let's
us
go
to
do.
something.
I think that's probably more important right now.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be here for a
I'm-
week, I have time to talk to Moongate.
Yeah, I'm more trustworthy of Rosa just because of who recommended.
Yeah,
You know.
Remy seems like a trustworthy person.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
let's do that.
let's go to Little Kalimshan and see if we can find
The Callum Jewel Emporium in the Outer
Yeah.
City.
Okay. So to head to where the Callum Jewel Emporium is, you need to go to the Basilisk Gate, like you were told by Kate, which is the easternmost gate in the city. And they are once again taxing people, giving people a toll to leave into this area. The reason that here this is a bit more unscrupulous maybe than other areas of the city is that the lower city is home to the most destitute of the city's citizens. To the point where a lot of people don't even consider the outer city to be even a part of Baldur's Gate. Frequently, for example, in Nova, this is something that you would know. When there are things that go wrong in the city, or if there's like the danger of an attack or anything of that nature, the gates to the city are shut completely. The bridge over the Kyanthar that's to the east on the other side of the lower city is raised, and they're not allowed in. Nobody is allowed in, including the citizens of the outer city. The Flaming Fist doesn't govern this area, even though it's their domain, so to speak. They generally don't care too much about this area, so it is not very well kept. It's not governed very well. There's not a lot of protection from the Flaming Fist, so it's generally in with the Basilisk Gate and the tolls that are being taken here, the people that are coming in from the lower city through the Basilisk Gate are people who are trying to make a living. Generally, it's people who are coming into the Wide to sell their wares. There are generally not a lot of very loud, noisy, smelly businesses within the city. The city proper. So things like breweries, tanneries, things like that are generally kept to the outer city because let's leave all the stinky, not as cool businesses out there so that anybody who comes to Baldur's Gate doesn't have to see it. So those people are coming in to sell their pelts, to sell their meat that they are butchering. And generally, there is a lot of times where those individuals are taken advantage of with these tolls. They are not given the same consideration as someone who maybe will be going through the Baldur's Gate, like that's in the middle of the city. So coming upon this gate very frequently, and it is something that you are witnessing now, members of the Flaming Fist will toll people for very ridiculous reasons. For brandishing a weapon, for having a weapon too big, for not having shoes, for not having their shirts tucked in or not looking presentable, things of that nature. If someone outwardly looks poor, there is a very high chance of them being bullied by the Flaming Fist and being charged more for no reason or for made-up reasons.
Nova's clenching her jaw because she hates Liam.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me of the Field Ward.
Yeah, but it's kind of worse.
Yeah, it seems worse.
And the Flaming Fist is generally not necessarily feared, but they have a lot of leeway in the way that they handle things. There has been many a situation where the Flaming Fist, rather than arresting anybody in a situation, let's say a fight breaks out in the street, instead of arresting somebody or breaking it up, the Flaming Fist generally will get involved and physically hold people, like they will start beating people up to get the fight to stop. They tend to use their power a little bit more than they should. So the Flaming Fist, and that's kind of why they don't really have domain in the upper city, because it's like the upper city is the nicer place and they don't want to deal with that in the streets, that kind of thing. So you watch as there are a few people who are like told that their weapons are too large and they need to pay an extra copper, or your horse is too big, instead of a silver you need to pay 2, or things like that. And as you get to the front where you can flash your writ and be moved along just fine because you don't look poor. It sucks. Baldur's Gate has a lot of it's cool in a lot of ways, and in a lot of other ways it's very much not.
Yeah, this is the part I didn't miss.
Yeah. But you are able to make your way through the Basilisk Gate eventually out into the lower city. Once you are here in the lower city, it is very apparent, just like with the Field Ward, that this is where the poor and destitute live, and that it is not maintained as well as other areas of the city proper. There's kind of that just all-encompassing, permeating smell of like feces and pee just kind of permeating the air. Those businesses I was talking about, the tanneries, things like that, you're getting that smell of the runoff of the tanneries. The buildings are a lot more ramshackle here. And it's clear that there are people here who may be lacking as far as money and belongings go.
Not exactly the place where I would think to find a jewel emporium.
I'm not sure.
Trying to think of how we would go about finding that.
It didn't Remy say it was in like specifically Little Calamshan? I'm
Yes.
assuming is that like another neighborhood within?
Oh, that's right. It
What I
has
know?
its own walled off.
Little Calamshan is a place where refugees from Calamshan have essentially made their own little getaway home here in the lower city. They have walled it off completely. It is essentially another neighborhood in the lower city, but it's completely walled off from everything else. They kind of operate on their own. They don't necessarily have like a leader or anything like that, or like a president or a lord or anything like that, but they operate kind of on their own. And the construction of it is it mirrors a lot of the architecture from Calamshan. So the people here are generally like refugees or children, descendants of refugees.
Okay, I say that in Nova's voice.
Right, yeah, they were mentioning on the ship. It's its own walled off area, so we just need to find that first. And I think it's further out.
Mm-hmm. And so as you continue through the lower city along this road, there's kind of a small mountain next to Baldur's Gate, and the lower city kind of curves around it and down to the river that Baldur's Gate sits on. So you kind of meander on this road that's got a slight curve going around this mountain. And eventually you do see what looks to be a walled off area. It's basically a small city, or neighborhood in this case. There is a like a tan colored wall that is built around it. There are little towers spaced out along this wall, and in those towers there's a small doorway with some stairs that can be gone up. You can see people actually walking along the wall. Just not guard, just like citizens of this area. Foot traffic. There seems to be quite a bit along this wall.
Seems perhaps maybe like a little bit nicer than some of the rest of this area. I guess that kind of explains why there'd be a jewel emporium. There's like walls and actual like guards.
I haven't been here since I was like really little, so I don't really remember.
I mean, I don't know much about Calamshan, but apparently something really bad happened.
Can I make a history check or something on Calamshan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even know my own life.
I don't think those were the kinds of books I read as a child. And it's like the opposite direction of where I'm from.
18.
Calamshan is currently going through what is sort of a civil war.
Yikes.
Calamshan, unfortunately, is a realm that deals a lot in slavery, at least within and it's not like traditional slavery. It's like a caste system, basically, and the lowest caste is expected to basically be slaves to the higher castes. And there is basically a revolutionary war that is going on, a civil war between these people who are tired of being used and sold and bought and their services not being paid for, things like that. So the refugees coming from Calamshan are very frequently people who are either displaced by this war or people of this lower caste that have escaped and made their way to other parts of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
There are places in Baldur's Gate, like Little Calamshan, for example, where people have kind of settled. There are also realms like Tavern who have very specifically opened themselves up to as many refugees as possible, especially in the capital city, Ngari. There has been basically an entire neighborhood that the Empress of Ngari has intentionally built to make the refugees coming from Calamshan to feel like, rather than like tent cities, to feel like they are being included in.
Oh, ass cheeks. Ass cheeks. Give us a second, fam.
Here. Can you hear us?
I got you now. We're good.
Hi.
Okay. So basically, the Empress of Ngari has used city funds to basically build more neighborhoods, emulating the traditional.
Oh my god, ass cheeks. What is happening?
Dang it, internet.
Hello? Oh, there you
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
What is happening?
Ngari was they were like including.
She's trying to
people.
be inclusive to the refugees there.
Yeah.
So that they don't feel like they're being kept in tent cities and whatever, and they're actually being included in the population of the city. But that's happening kind of. Refugees are being taken in a lot of those more southern realms and cities in the Sword Coast.
Okay. Shall we see if we can go inside and see if we can find this jewel emporium?
Yeah, do you think?
Sorry, fam. Give me a second. My Discord wants to restart. Does it restart? Hello? Sorry, fam. Give me a second here.
That's okay.
Wow.
Because the whole stream probably dropped, right?
No, the stream's fine. Discord.
The capture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discord just had a little.
Oh.
Just had a little temper tantrum.
Yeah, if you don't update Discord soon enough, it eventually just closes itself and is like, I'm restarting.
Yeah, was having a fit. So
That's okay.
That was fun. Sorry, stream. You guys. Yep, it happened.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're just on light RP mode.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean I I don't think they're closing us off. I think we can just walk in and see if we can ask around and find it.
Let's just ask around. If we're gonna throw their name around, might as well.
Taz, you're always good at meeting new people.
What? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fine doing all that, but this is like Nova's city, so I was just kind of let Nova do her thing. She knows it better than I do.
That's true. Well, you said that you don't really come.
Yeah, I haven't been here since I was a little kid, so it's been over a decade. So, yeah, I don't remember. Probably no one's gonna remember me.
Okay.
Probably not, no.
That could be good.
Do you think our Ritz will get us in here, or do you think it's like a different kind of
I think it should work.
I mean,
thought it was like a monthly pass. I don't know, I never had one before, I'm assuming so.
Do the Flaming Fist come all the way out and guard little Kalimshan, or are they kind of their own?
Because they weren't in the outer
No, they don't
city,
care.
probably not out here.
No, they don't care.
The only place in the outer city that they maintain is Worm's Crossing, which is the bridge that goes over the Tower for their
so
city.
that they can keep people from just going over the bridge.
Is there like a closed gate, or is it just like free traffic in and out? Like, are there guards?
There are no gates. There are no guards. The only entrances that you see are the doorways and the towers leading up, with stairs leading up.
So we just have to go up onto the wall, and then there's probably stairs down on the inside.
Alright. Works for me.
I don't see any guards, yeah.
We will skip over to the tower staircase.
Yeah, you can walk over to the tower. There's a staircase, like a spiraling staircase that leads up.
Going up.
Okay. Going up, the stairs. I just lost that word for some reason. It's a spiraling staircase, and you go all the way up to the top of the staircase, which leads to the top of the wall. When you come out, the wall looks like it has been turned into like a walkway. And most of the foot traffic is here on top of this wall. This neighborhood, Little Kalimshan itself, is broken up into little sections, all of which are walled off. And there are stairs leading down into each of those sections, but all of the foot traffic looks to be on top of this wall.
That's kind of efficient. I kind of wish that we had something like this in Waterdeep.
Each of the little sections looks like there's been some sort of effort to decorate or anything like that to make it seem as close to Kalimshan as possible. There's lots of mosaic tiled fountains. A lot of the buildings are painted like a stark white or a stark light blue with different dark blue and like yellow shutters. There's Persian style rugs and tapestries hanging all over. Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah. I bet having the walls up, like, probably keeps it nice, like, a little bit quieter down there, or, like, keeps things shaded.
Oh, that's probably true.
Should we ask someone where the Kalim Jewel Emporium is? Do you want me to ask someone?
Sure.
Yeah, we could ask someone, and why don't you ask someone? We're up on the wall. I'll see if I can see.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look.
Signs, like, for a mercantile district.
There is a very obvious difference between some of the sections and the others, where there's like homes here or there's businesses and others. So it's clear that kind of separation, but there are multiple areas that have that, like, this is like where some businesses are. But you can there's other foot traffic around you. You can stop somebody and ask. And they will point you to about 3 little sections over.
Close.
Thank you. That way.
Huh?
And you're able to walk along the wall, and you can kind of see down. And then in this section that you are pointed towards, there are a few different businesses here, and there's a fountain that's got kind of mosaic pattern in the bottom. And then there's like a central, like, square of this little area that's also mosaic tile, like on the ground. It's a bit dirty and dusty, as time has gone on, and it's just kind of endured the weather. But this is where you've been directed to. And if you kind of look down and peek into the area, there is a building, one of the biggest ones in this section, that has just a wooden sign over the door that just has painted in red paint, Callum Jewel Emporium.
Well, there it is.
Nice.
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 Nice. Let's get it.
Okay. You can find that spot in the wall where the stairs are that lead down to this area. You go down the stairs, and then there's kind of an opening in the wall that leads to both areas, so you can see that the wall is not necessarily 100% needed. Like, you can go through these doorways to get to the other districts, but it looks like the quickest and most efficient way is to kind of go on these walls to walk around. You can go down the stairs. There's a doorway leading to the section next to it, and also the doorway leads to it's the same break in the wall to the section with the Callum Jewel Emporium.
I feel like I'm in Japan right now.
Alright, so, I mean, do you think we can just, like, tell her, like, I mean, Remy said to say that, oh, you good?
Yeah, the music just changed to something that's, like, kind of like hard rock, and I'm like, what is...
You're like, hello?
It's got like a...
Little Callum share.
Yeah! Do you think we can, like, say, like, oh, well, Remy sent us, like, we need adamantium bar thing.
I mean, we should at least make sure that the person we're talking to is real sap.
Yeah, yeah.
And then go from there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she actually sent missive ahead of us that she may be expecting us already.
That would be nice. All right, let's go.
Bell dings as you open the door, and it is clear the moment you enter. The Callum Jewel Emporium is basically a consignment shop. There are shelves and glass cases that have like jewelry, shelves that have little knickknacks on them, or different items, books, things like that. There is a woman standing behind one of the glass cases, and a person standing on the consumer side of the glass case. It looks like there is just junk. It's literally junk. It's like a book and like maybe like really like rusted like jewelry or things like that. And there is a conversation going back and forth between the two people. And the woman standing behind the counter, she's got very, very curly, like big curls, more making her hair more wavy, but it's her hair is very big. She's got it kind of pulled back and like a hood kind of up over her head. She's got very olive toned skin and a very large, like longer nose that's kind of got a bump in the middle of it. Dark brown eyes with like flecks of like hazel. She's kind of leaning on the case and talking very low to the person, and then slides 5 gold across the table to them, takes the things that they brought to her, and sets them on a shelf behind her to be sorted later. The person is thanking her profusely, and then they leave behind you, kind of giving you a nod as they go. She sets the things down, turns back to you, and says, "Hello, welcome to the Callum Jewel Emporium. What can I do for you today?"
We are looking for someone specific that a friend told us to meet with here. And I was wondering if you could perhaps point us in her direction. We're looking for someone named Rilsa.
Well, what is the friend's name?
Remy sent us.
Remy. I am Rosa Rail. It is nice to meet you. Are you here for business, or are you here because you need assistance?
Probably this. Well, yeah, I mean, it's more like this. I guess it's kind of the second one, but yeah. Kind of
Okay.
both.
Assistance in getting some business done.
Okay. That I can understand. Why don't you come back this way with me? She gestures behind the counter where there's a door behind her as well. Opens the door, gestures for you all to go through.
Insight check. I don't trust people no more.
That's okay. Go ahead. And what are you trying to discern?
If this was a setup, I don't know. Nova's
Does
paranoid.
she
Right?
have like? I was gonna ask, like, does she have like a blade on her side or anything like that? Like, does she look like she's attacking?
She's wearing very flowing clothing, like the kind of clothing that you might wear if you're like traveling through the heat.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to tell if she's got a weapon on her.
I'm not looking for weapons. I'm looking for signs of deceit or
No,
ill
we've only
intent.
just started talking.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, that's
Nova's
gonna
been
be.
traumatized. Okay.
I know.
It's okay.
The first roll.
Seemed to help that one person.
I mean, Remy was pretty nice. I don't think Remy would send us to get stabbed.
She just gave 5 gold to this person that gave her absolute junk. So
24.
She doesn't appear. She seems very friendly.
Okay.
She doesn't appear like she's making any gestures to like grab at a weapon. She doesn't appear to have any tells that might give you the indication that she's lying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
She comes into the room after you and shuts the door and says, I prefer to do this type of business behind closed doors. The room that you have entered is, there are deep red, like, tapestries and, like, cloth hanging from all of the walls, giving it a very warm, sort of cozy feeling. There is a fire in the middle of the room, around which there are, matching to the color of the tapestries, like cushions on the floor that you can sit on, as well as a table next to one of them on which there's a tea set, a teapot with different cups. Sitting next to the table on the cushion with the tea set is a man. You can kind of only see like the bottom half of his face because he's a little like cozy and like turtled up a little bit. He's got a turban on his head and he's got like dark brown skin.
Oh, this is it.
I have to say it in the accent.
You're gone.
I will be back in a moment. Fud Daddy, would you please make them some tea?
Fun Daddy!
Fun Daddy!
Oh, this is
brilliant.
amazing.
And then she goes back to the front room and shuts the door.
Yes.
He turns to the table and begins to spoon some loose leaf tea into the teapot. And kind of does a motion with his hand and a fire lights underneath the teapot.
Are we able to come sit? Sit. It's a pleasure to meet you, Fud Daddy.
He nods.
I just sent Fud Daddy not to graph, but to somebody else's DMs.
Oh no!
I meant to just say like Fud Daddy in all caps in a DM.
you just DM'd a random person in all caps. Fud Daddy! Okay. We're almost done for today. We can do this.
We can do this.
Okay.
Thank you for the tea, Fud Daddy. This smells delicious.
He just nods.
Is it you to whom we should be explaining our business here?
Shakes his head no.
Do you just do the tea?
Nods.
Okay.
Nice.
Pours the tea into the cups. One by one, he holds one up and hands it to everybody. And then takes one himself and drinks it.
All of us are method actors. I love,
He seems to be a
Cam.
he seems to be a man of few words.
Did it? Fun Daddy is silent, but Dudley doesn't know he's to talk. No.
Okay.
We'll wait for Rilsa while we vibe with some tea and Fun Daddy.
But did he drink his tea?
Yeah.
Okay, I will drink my tea.
Yeah, seems to be a man of few words. He is watching you all intently, like just kind of staring at you all as he's drinking his tea.
Is Fun Daddy armed?
Yes, Fun Daddy packing heat.
Doesn't look like it, but he did use magic to light the fire under the teapot.
That is true.
I will just kind of rock back and forth on the cushion.
I'll join Dallas.
And is this like just a one-way in kind of room? Or is
There looks to be a back door. Another door, you're not sure if it leads outside or to another room, but there is another door in this
Okay. Yeah, just trying to like imagine this place.
There are also candlesticks, basically, like, I don't know why I can't think of the word, but like basically like a coat rack, but with a candle on. With a candle on. Yeah. Thank you.
I got you.
That are giving the room kind of a very warm glow. It's about 5 minutes or so before Rilsa comes back. She pulls the hood off of her head and pulls off the like outer covering to the clothes that she's wearing, so that underneath she's wearing like a thick tank top that has she's wearing looser pants that are tighter around her ankles and like a wrap around her waist, breaking up the shirt and the pants. She doesn't look like she's carrying a weapon now that she has shed some clothing. She comes and she sits down on one of the cushions, and she's handed a cup of tea from Fud Duddy and crosses her legs and kind of sits up straight. Okay, you are sent by Remalia. Please tell me what it is that you are needing from me.
Well, we're kind of looking for a very specific object that is a little bit hard to come by in Waterdeep. Additionally, apparently it's not always easy to tell, like, whether or not it's good quality. And we need help finding it, and we were told that either you could help us or the Fetcher could help us.
Oh, you don't want to deal with the Fetcher? No.
Yeah, that was kind of what we thought. We were like, Remy is cool, and if Remy tells us to meet with someone, then we should meet with Remy's friend before we meet with someone else.
The Fetcher will probably be able to get you what you need, depending on what it is, but he is a terrible, horrible, awful man to deal with.
Oh.
I'll take your word for it. The thing that we are looking for is we need a full ingot of pure adamantite.
Adamantium?
One in the same. That is a very interesting thing to need. What do you need that for?
Well, you know, we want to make armor out of it because we heard it's really strong. And we also didn't want to go, like, to the dwarves because, like, we don't know dwarves either. And so this is kind of how we ended up here because we get stabbed a lot.
I get she gets stabbed a lot.
I get shot a lot.
She gets shot a lot. Everyone loves me.
I have an armorer friend, or a smithing friend, a dwarf that works out of Waterdeep, and he was the one that told me about it, and that it is very easy to mix it with a few other metals and have it be undiscernible from a
Indeed.
pure ingot, unless a dwarven smith that has worked with it was able to get a close look at it.
Yeah,
So,
indeed, it is very difficult to come across in pure form. And a lot of what you find on the black market is going to not be pure. It's going to be people trying to pass it off as pure. So it's good that you came to somebody who could weed through all of that for you.
That's what we're hoping for.
Do you have any questions for me about how I conduct business?
What is your business? Because, I mean, like, some of the stuff that you have out there is real cute, but it doesn't seem like adamantium bar level merchandise.
No,
So,
I
like-
do not sell things like adamantium bar out of my consignment shop.
Yeah.
I work with the guild. Specifically, I work under Nine Fingers, if you have heard of her. If not, that's fine. You do not need to know her. It's important because you're talking to me now. Primarily what I do is I steal from the taxers of the lower city. And I use it to redistribute the wealth to the members of the outer city. I buy their things, give them money, give them gold.
You know, that's really nice because those people at the gates that were like, some guys, they called his horse fat. And
Yeah,
they
they're
made him
still
pay extra
dicks.
for a fat horse. That was ridiculous.
That is the flaming fist for you, but
Yep.
I frequently pilfer their coffers and redistribute the tier not to Kalimshan to those who
And
come and sell me their
you.
things.
And so you essentially use the consignment shop as a means to make it seem proper in how these people are getting that money.
Exactly.
Smart.
Among other things.
We should do something like that. We own a business and we have a tavern and we give all of our leftovers to the people in the field ward in Waterdeep, which is kind of like the outer city here, but like not. It's
Not as
this
bad.
This is
Yeah.
another level of like
Yeah.
whole.
Well,
We
it always
should
has.
like give people like we should have a secret like consignment business.
Okay, but
we
we
have so
also
many
going to
businesses.
steal
Can
money?
we
Are
get
we
ours?
also going to steal money from the rich of Waterdeep?
That would be lovely.
Would we? We were only planning on being able to be in the city for about a 10-day. Would it be possible to get this item within that amount of time?
You say you are in Waterdeep? I can have something delivered to your place of business or your homes by tomorrow at the earliest.
Like to Waterdeep?
I have contacts in Waterdeep, yes.
Wow.
Do we have someone there that?
What if we brought it to Raynar? What if we had?
I was
them bring it
just
to
thinking Rainy.
We could
Put it
have
at
brought-
Rainy's house.
Yeah.
Okay. What would that cost us?
Well, it depends if you want to do a favor or if you would like to pay.
So how much would it be to pay for it?
How much? Yeah, how much would
Let's
it?
get that because that's the more straightforward one. Let's see what that.
It is the more straightforward one. I would say if you wanted to get it within a 10-day, I would be charging you not only fee for the adamantine bar, but also fee for work done to get adamantine bar. Roughly 1,600 gold.
Oh, I'm just shy of that, you guys. I actually have kind of close to that.
Okay. And would we be able to ensure that it is completely pure? For that
No.
price.
You can't because you don't know how to do that. You would just
No,
have to
I
trust
meant-
my judgment.
Yes, I meant
I can
that is the
ensure.
price for 100% pure.
Absolutely. I can ensure that would be a 100% pure adamantine bar. I know quite a few people who sell and work with adamantine, so I would be able to easily get it for you. For the price, of course.
And
For a favor.
would a favor be in lieu of the entire payment or part of the payment?
I would say, given the favor that I would ask, it would be giving you a discount. Instead of 1,600, I would say I would need from you 600.
Oh, I kind of like that option a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Are we able to hear what the favor would be that you would ask of us? And
Well,
discuss
first I
it?
would like to hear about you. Because this favor that I would ask, I need a particular kind of individual or group, given there's 3 of you. So tell me about yourselves. Anything you
Okay.
think is pertinent for me to know.
Oh, I have one. I become her with Mask of Many Faces, and then I become Fuddy, and then Nova, Sir, back to me.
Quite a trek.
Among other things, yes, I can do that. And I'm very, very good at lying.
On the opposite side of that, I am pretty good with words on the more diplomatic scale. Though I suppose my usefulness is more defined by pretty strong, pretty intimidating, know a little bit of magic.
Okay. And what
I
about you?
mentally just tell her I'm a healer and I can read people pretty good. I'm good at getting into people's minds.
We're pretty
So you
cool
would be good protectors, is what I am hearing.
Oh,
How good are you with children?
Pretty
Oh
good.
my god.
We're pretty
We
good.
love
We
children.
love children.
We're actually planning birthday parties for children back in Waterdeep. And that's
This
not a
task-
lie.
This task that I would ask of you, I've been looking for group mercenaries, etc., to escort somebody back to Waterdeep, which I feel is a good fit for you, seeing as you are from there, and it would be a 2 birds, 1 stone sort of situation. People come to the guild quite frequently for assistance in many different matters. Protection maybe from guard, protection maybe from somebody who is looking for them, but specifically to me, a lot of people come for different kind of assistance. Monetary assistance, yes, given what I do here at the Callum Jewel Emporium, but also I have a family that has come to me. They have had nowhere else to turn. Their daughter, Calliope, has shown proclivity to magic. And they are not equipped to teach her or to handle it. So I am financing a trip for them to be taken, for Calliope to be taken to Waterdeep, to be given to and dropped off at the Blackstaff Academy in order to be taught how to use her magic in a proper manner.
We know the Blackstaff.
Do you know?
He's the apprentice of the Blackstaff.
yes. Apprentice
Are
of
also the
apprentice of
Blackstaff like temporary guard or whatever? Temporary, what they called?
We were with like the Force Greyhand.
Like yeah,
Greyhand.
something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we have met Vajra personally.
Well, that is good to know. It seems even more now that you have personal connection in the matter, that this is a good fit for you specifically. I've been looking because I do not want to put a child in the care of just anyone, and mercenaries tend to be a particular type of person.
And when you say child, how old is Calliope?
She's 10 years old.
Okay, so just take Calliope to Waterdeep and drop her off at the academy, and that's all you ask?
That is all I ask.
I think we could do that.
Yeah.
When would we be leaving for that?
I have not had a specific time that I was going to be having someone leave with Calliope, because I was trying to find somebody who would fit the bill better than any others.
Was the Sea Warden going back to Waterdeep, or were they going somewhere else?
No, they're going back down south.
The Sea Warden, yeah, I think the Sea
They're going
Warden is
south.
continuing to go south to all, possibly. I don't know how far south they go. But they go all the way down.
Okay, so we couldn't get back with them.
No, we would. I mean,
Well,
we could take another ship. I mean, that would be safe for her, I think. Instead of
and
walking.
with the time needed to get all that together, I mean, that gives Nova plenty of time to do what she needs to do here with her family.
And we have the sending stone to Temperance, so possibly, I don't know if she can be of assistance.
Give her a heads up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is important for you to know that Calliope's magic is extremely unpredictable.
Okay.
She does not have control over it yet, and it is fueled very much by strong emotion. So if she gets upset, if she gets too excited, if she gets scared, there are things that happen.
I think Temperance.
I think I could handle that. I've had experience with that before.
Temperance was talking to me about the different sources that some people find the power. So we're dealing with the young sorcerers.
That is what I suspect. There would be more insight into her magical ability when she's brought to the Blacksmith Academy and able to be in a boarding school that can help her with her magical abilities. The reason that her parents came to me, they do not have the money to do this, so they are putting themselves in my debt in a kind of way, but it got to a point where unintentionally the family's house was burned down.
That's horrible.
They were attempting to manage the magic on their own, and it got to a point where essentially a fireball was cast on their home.
We've firsthand seen the kind of destruction.
Yes, and then you can imagine in a place like this where the homes are not of the best construction, a fireball was pretty destructive to their homes. So they came to me for assistance. Currently, Calliope is not being housed with her family because of the danger involved. She's currently with some magic users who are able to curb the effects of her magic as they happen. But it is very important that you know that there is a very unpredictable nature to the arcane that she has connection to.
Okay. You two, maybe instead of, probably shouldn't leave immediately. We have some things to do, but maybe we can take some time to meet with her a few times, so that we don't just meet her for the first time and then go.
It's probably a good idea, just so she's not surprised.
We'll get to know her, and then, so maybe 3 days, and we can do business in the city and maybe meet with her once every day and just kind of get her ready.
Okay, I think that's a very good idea.
Nova, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
This is your city, in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 days, and then we go back?
Does she seem disappointed at that?
There's no hiding it.
I mean, if you want... We planned for the 10-day. If you really want to stay the full 10-day,
we paid the 5 days.
If you want to stay 5 days, we can stay 5 days.
Alright. Yeah, we can stay 4 to 5 and then see if we want to stay for the rest of the 10-day.
Like I said, I had no timeline because I was in the process of searching for somebody who I felt was a good fit to bring her to Waterdeep. So 5 days is fine.
We'll leave on the 25th of Marpenoth, and then that'll get us back right at the beginning of Uktar, which gives us time for our next bit of business in Waterdeep.
And then we would pay you. Would we pay you for the adamantine now?
Yes. You would pay me now for the adamantine, and then upon your arrival in Waterdeep, you will find that it would have been delivered to your place of business.
So, you said 600?
600 and also bringing Calliope to Waterdeep.
Alright. I will give her 2 of my 250 gold piece gold bars, and then I will give her, that's 500, and then a 100, that's 10 platinum, right?
Yeah, 10 platinum.
Yeah.
I'll give her 10 platinum on top of that.
Okay.
I just have to edit this gold bar item because it's there we go. 250 GP gold bar.
I'm really happy to get these gold bars, like,
Off the
gone, and there's probably not a better person I would give it to.
And we're also in a completely different
city. We're
Yeah.
fine.
We're in a different city with a different faction. They can, like, melt it down and do whatever the frick
I
they
mean,
want.
Istrid literally, like, rubbed the... Yeah. Yeah, so we'll give her that. So that's paid.
Good.
Okay.
Should
Do you have
come
any
back?
other questions for me?
Maybe the address of where she's at so we can start getting to know her over the week?
Unless we're gonna, like, should we meet her at a
Like
secure
here?
location?
I would prefer if we met here,
Sure.
just so that I do not have more than just the people who need to know where she is.
Sure.
Meet here, you think, like, early afternoon, like 2 p.m.
Tomorrow?
every day?
That's fine. I can have somebody bring her around here around that time every day.
And, whatever person we're specifically supposed to bring her to, like, if there is someone... If not, we know Temperance and we know Vajra, so we can just bring her to them, but if she has, like, a
I
handler...
have set up and paid for her tuition for 2 full years at the Blackstaff Academy. So there will be somebody at the Blackstaff ready to pick her up once I am able to figure out the day that you will be arriving.
Okay.
Nice.
And do we have to notify you in any way that the job will be complete, or will the handler do that?
The handler will tell me, but you are more than welcome to contact me as well if you need anything.
Okay.
She is, for all intents and purposes, completely under my responsibility, even while she is in your care. So, if you need anything, it is me who you should reach out to.
Sure.
Okay. It sounds like something that we can definitely do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you.
You too.
The pleasure is ours.
Thank you. And thank you for the tea, Fun Daddy.
Yes, thank you, Fuddduddy. This tea blend is amazing. Is it the Fuddduddy blend? Is this like a proprietary blend of tea? Fuddduddy.
Nonce.
Wow.
He does mix his own teas.
Dud tea?
Fuddud tea?
Tea.
Sorry, that was Maddie slipping in. Sorry.
Another business that we can open up
Oh,
if
no.
ever Fun Daddy wants a job.
Horizontal integration. We're just gonna get everything.
Everything.
We're gonna just move all the way down our little street and just
Every business.
suck up all the booths.
Cannibalize them all.
Are we gonna meet her?
Are we
Today
going
or should
to
we talk
Amazon?
tomorrow?
Is that what's happening?
Oh no! Amazon mercenaries are coming to your door.
Wow.
are we
Would you
meeting
like
her-
to meet her today? I can have whoever is with her right now bring her right now.
Well, there is.
She is close by.
I know there was someone else that we possibly had to meet today.
No,
Nova.
we can meet her.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright.
She looks to Fuddduddy and nods at him, and he gets up and he moves into the main room of the consignment shop. He will inform them that we need to have her brought here right now. In the meantime, please enjoy your tea. We think that is a good place for us to end for the evening.
Hey.
GG.
GG.
Woo, my
Damn.
mama!
That Fuddduddy, we all knew what was happening as soon as we walked into that room.
Oh man.
Don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle games. Check out our other games every night of the week. And thank you for tuning in, everyone. And thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for the music that we use sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we still have our Extra Life campaign open, so if you want to donate or, spread the link out, that would be great, because
Yes.
we've raised, like, over $1,000
Yes.
for the, I believe it was specifically, like, people at the Children's Hospital of Georgia.
Yes.
And, yeah, so
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
that's it for those announcements.
Okay. When you're trying to get your very tall tiefling friend out of a very cool and interesting open air market without buying anything, Please add your proficiency bonus.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
forget.
Hey.
He's going back.
See
He's
you
going
guys.
back. He knows that he spent all this gold.
I know,
The As
honey.
Seen on TV channel.
Oh, so good. Alright, fam. We will see you in
We will
2 weeks.
see you.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
Goodbye.
Love you, bye. Ooh, woo, mama.